The honors here, and I'll start it here.
Okay. Live, it's the Fans Perspective. I'm Tyson.
And I am Josh.
Wow, we just finished watching the Brier comes down to the last shot, and Brad Gushu, 5-time Brier champion.
No shit, never watched curling one moment of my life. Tyson's threw it on the TV, and they win. I feel like I'm the reason. So you guys can, all you curling fans, hop on the old Josh bandwagon over here, guys. Big winner.
It was a great week of curling for everyone who's loving curling. Exceptional shots, and I believe this is the first time in history where both Team Canada representatives, men and women's, repeat as champions.
Oh, that's cool. I know nothing about curling, so everybody needs to know that right away. I literally know nothing, and he was teaching me in the last, we had 4 rocks to watch.
Yep, 4 shots each.
It's not for me, but I'll tell you, it's pretty impressive. Those guys are unreal at what they do.
I'm just going to put this out there for those listening, not watching. Josh is in Baltimore Orioles colors, so obviously he knows nothing about baseball either.
Big Orioles fan. I've been mentioning it for weeks, guys. I mean, would a guy that knows nothing about baseball have a shirt, a hat, a whiskey glass, a beer koozie? I am fully invested, and I always have been. If you know me well, you know I've been an Orioles fan.
Sad, but
since
true.
At least last Wednesday.
So sad.
When he came in the middle.
Sad. Yeah, he sends me a bit of a text here during the week, and he's got this Orioles shit. He knows I love the Blue Jays.
I thought it was the same bird.
He just trashes me like that. Like, the man loves to make my life terrible.
You know, he cheers for the Eagles. I cheer for the Dirty Birds. He cheers for the Blue Jays. I get the Dirty Birds again. Baltimore's my city. Charm City, baby. My wife says I'm quite charming. So.
And you still cheering for the Shames?
Hey, man, we're up 2-0. It's on the TV. Well, here we go.
It's not the third yet, so you have a chance.
Barely the second. Hey, screw you. Damn, the Leafs won last night. Did you catch the game?
No, I missed that. Let's go with this.
Oh, God.
Oh, that was
How about the Marner goal? Yeah. Oh, come on, did you catch that?
No, let's go with another.
Thank you, Leafs. You at least made my weekend a little better.
Saturday was not a good day for me in hockey. However, we did manage to make it to see Connor Bedard.
Yes, you did.
I know you weren't able to make it, so we did go anyways. Great event, sellout in Medicine Hat, which is totally cool.
Kid sells out everywhere.
Yeah, Bedard, big name. I actually, to be honest, was not going to watch Bedard. I was going to watch McKenna. And he did not disappoint.
No, McKenna got his first goal.
First goal, 1 assist. He dazzled, looked good. I truly believe he is going to be the next one that we are watching.
I hope so. It'd be great to have him that close. Man, be able to watch him on a regular.
Yeah,
Fans
local.
Perspective may have to get some season tickets.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Parker, your season's over. We're Tiger fans.
Yeah, and it's totally cool. Learned some new stuff last night that he actually has exceptional status as a 15-year-old. So,
explain that just a little bit.
So how that works is as a 15-year-old, you're allowed 6 games to play with your Western Hockey League team. And once you get to those 6 games, you are done for the season, no matter what, until playoffs. If the team makes it to the postseason, you can play some more games as a 15-year-old.
Okay.
If you have exceptional status, your games are unlimited, so you can play a whole season. Doesn't matter. No amount of games is required for you to play, or no amount is too many. So
that is awesome.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. Willie Desjardins, super good coach, I think. Really like Willie. He's played, I think last night was McKenna's 12th game. So he's kind of nurturing him along.
Yep. Not overdoing it sure for a kid that young. And he's small. You got to remember, he doesn't have that grown man build yet. So actually, that's not a bad thing, but He's not very thick, though.
No,
I'm
he's
telling ya.
not thick. He's not thick.
Yeah, he's not small. I should reframe that, but he doesn't have that. Like I'd be if he took a ton of hits in the WHL. There's some big boys.
Oh yes.
I'd be worried yet.
He doesn't have 20-year-old muscle.
No, he doesn't. Not yet.
Not yet.
That's tough. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, that's a man.
Yeah, but very shifty, very good with the puck.
Great hockey.
And the Tigers just kicked the snot out of Regina.
Yeah, they did. I didn't let Bedard do anything.
No,
from what I heard.
no. And I do not know how Regina's actually in a playoff position because other than Bedard, they have 0.
Yeah, well, I watched him a couple weeks ago in Regina, and Bedard was the team. He only got a goal and 2 assists that game. I shouldn't say only got 3 points. But they scored 6, but he was on the ice. I think he would have been on the ice for all of those, and he created a lot of those scoring chances.
One thing I noticed about Bedard last night is he maybe didn't have no points last night. Really wasn't noticeable. But when he does have the puck, you can sense the fear in everybody else's
I will
eyes.
tell you, the whole ice shifts when he does have the puck. You just see the whole teams move that way, whether he scores on it or doesn't or whatever, like you said. But you do see the defense paying very good attention to him.
He is so shifty. It's like you do not know what he's going to do.
And the problem with him is he doesn't need much space to get that shot off. And that shot is
elite.
Yeah.
That's
best
an
in the
NHL shot.
WHL. And I'd say it'd be top 15 in the NHL at this point right now.
His release is so quick.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. He's well worth the price of admission. And just think of the money.
Especially WHL prices. Good God.
Think of the money he's making the WHL.
Oh, everywhere he goes, those arenas are making more money than they have in years.
Yeah. And I do want to complain about one thing, and I hope the listeners, and I know they will all agree with me, whoever was at the game. Medicine Hat, your concessions suck.
Oh. I've been there non-Bedard nights, and I've struggled. It's been slow service, sometimes cold food. There is an issue there. They need to fix that.
So there's 2 places to get food, one at each end. There's 2 places to get beer, one at each end. They had a sellout last night.
Yeah, and they knew that they had a sellout.
Yeah, they knew they had a sellout.
Yeah.
And we stood in line for 55 minutes. We got there an hour early. Stood in line for 55 minutes to get 2 hamburgers. Brutal.
That is brutal, man. Let's be honest. They got to fix that. You got to fix that. You know that game on your calendar is going to be a sellout. You get extra staff in there.
Excuse me, yeah.
It's as easy as it is.
It is. And, if they want more fans to keep coming and they want, fans to come next year, whether it's Bedard or whoever's in town, they want to have an enjoyable experience.
That's right.
And standing in line for an hour is not.
To me, there's really 3 things when it comes to an event that can ruin it, other than the product and the ice not living up to its thing. One is like when the Oilers first opened their new arena, and we went to go watch Connor. Me, Dad, Justin, and Clinton. I went twice. They went once.
Yeah.
We all had the same complaint. The lineup for the men's washroom was over an hour.
Yeah.
We all almost pissed ourselves, and none of us were heavy drinkers. We were driving home that night.
Yeah.
It was. We were so mad. We saw Connor. I think he got like a hat trick. They beat the Ducks that night. It was an awesome game. We were row 7, like amazing seats.
Yeah.
But all we could talk about on the way home wasn't Connor for how great he was. It was how pissed off we were at the bathroom situation.
Yep.
Then you go to food situations. Now, you talk about Medicine Hat. I was at the Pats game with the worst burger in the history of cheeseburgers. That ruins an experience right there. And when you got to wait for cold, shitty food, I'm in the food stuff, man. I'm telling you, I cook all the time. That's a pet peeve right there.
It's brutal.
And then waiting for beer.
A friend of mine last night, funny story. So my nephew was at the game with us. He had ice cream. And his future father-in-law was sitting beside him with a hot dog. And he looked over at my nephew and he says, I bet my hot dog is colder than your ice cream.
Shit, that's not good. It's as bad as that Ottawa goal that just happened.
Oh, yeah. So, brutal. And Regina Pats, get some Centennial Foods.
Oh,
burgers in there, whatever you need to help you out. Huge improvement. You'll never look back. Medicine Hat, get some more vendors. They used to have skinnies along there. They used to have a bunch of different things.
There was a pizza one there as well.
Yeah, and now it's just brutal. And if you want big crowds, You have to be able to service the crowds.
You have to accommodate, because eventually
Yes.
it's going to be like, oh, Bedard's back. But man, remember, that was shitty. We couldn't even get a beer or a burger, or they're just going to eat and drink before they come,
Yeah.
and that's lost profits.
Yeah, it is.
And the whole thing about selling out an arena is making extra. Come on, Bedard makes huge
Yeah.
money for the league. Take advantage of that. Hire a few minimum wage 10 extra people to sell food.
Anything. Have
Jeez.
food trucks outside the
Totally.
building. Whatever. Do
not hard.
something. Make the fan experience worthwhile. This way, they're going to say, no, I didn't enjoy myself last time.
If I can get up and get a beer and be back in my seat within 5 to 10
Yeah.
minutes, I'm getting lots.
You know, a cool thing about Toronto, I was at, in 2015, as I've talked before, we took my dad to the ball game, but we also went to the Air Canada Centre and got to take in the Leafs game against Montreal.
Okay.
Seen Carey Price. Anyways, this is a real cool story. So we're in the lower bowl, so we get into our seats. Waitress comes. Can we help you with anything? Here's our menu. Very nice looking girl, I might add. Very nice.
Probably an Oregon fan.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. It wouldn't have mattered what fan she
It
was.
did not
I gotta be
matter.
honest with you. She looked nice enough to sell us some food. So anyways, brings the menu, we look at it. Yep, we're gonna have burgers and beer and whatever. She takes our debit card, bang, it's paid for immediately. She takes off. 2 minutes later, an even nicer girl brings our food. We never get out of our seats.
That is so good.
Yeah.
That, man, fan experience right there. Hey, Flames scored. Here we go.
Let's give a
clap that one.
that.
Oh.
and we'll give a cheer to the Air Canada Centre.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
actually, I think the Oilers have a section that does the same thing.
Yeah.
I've never sat there, but I know the Flames does. My wife's uncle used to have Avison Young Club seats.
Yep.
And you could text a certain number, your seat, and your whatever order, and I think you had your card preloaded or whatever. And yeah, you get your food and your booze and everything.
You know what's cool
was
about
awesome.
that is you don't have that annoying guy at the far end of the seats
Yes.
coming down the row
Yes.
while there's something good going on the ice.
Spilling
or-
beer on
yeah.
you, the old Spilly
Yeah.
McSpillers.
Yeah,
thing.
this way a very pretty girl brings food to you in the seat. So that way every time someone orders, you all get to see the nice looking girl.
That's true. I just constantly be ordering, like one at a time.
Yeah.
We're gonna have half a hot dog and the other half in 5 minutes.
Yeah. And you get to see the game actually.
Yeah.
So the game you paid good money for.
That's right. I love those things. Little things like that make fan experience. It's all about fan experience.
It is.
This
It
is. These events are an experience. Like when I take my kids to a game, eventually it costs me a ton of money. You know, I'm looking at $1,200 to go watch the Calgary Flames in Calgary in the oldest, barn ever. And you never know what kind of a product you're going to get on the ice, sadly, with the Flames. So I would love it if I knew that at least the experience was going to be perfect.
Yep.
Yep. I'm willing to pay big bucks for a good experience. I heard Vegas does a. My brother went to a game, wasn't even a good game. Said the experience was amazing.
Yeah. And that, you know what? You want your team to win, but at the end of the day, if you have fun, if it was a great experience,
it makes it okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back again, even if they lost. But when they play terrible, there's no experience, there's no life, there's no nothing. You're freezing, middle of winter. I probably don't want to go back.
And you look at what you paid, it's just like, no, it's not happening.
Not worth it. It just isn't, man. I went to a Flames game way back, and it was a horrible experience. They lost like 2-0. Like it was a duster of a game. I don't even remember who they were playing. It was, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. We couldn't get food. We were in like the shitty seats, and like the nearest food thing was way away. It's just not like it's an old arena. They're just not set up properly for every area to be within a certain distance of food and beer. The only beer we could get was draft from where we were. They had no cans in our section or nothing like that. And I don't like draft beer. I call the Flames draft beer heroin beer.
Yeah.
You have 2 of those things, you are so sideways. You might as well be sucking on daddy's cough syrup. And it's rough. And that experience just literally, it ruins it. Come on, man. It's all about fan experience.
It does.
NFL, all that. We talk about it all the time. We're the fans. Give us a good experience. I'll pay big bucks for an experience any day.
And we do pay big bucks.
We already do, yeah. Let's move on to just because. What do you got?
One more thing I want to say. So after the game, I have a tradition. I scurry back to my vehicle as quick as I can to listen to the 4th period. So it's been a while since I've been to a Tiger game, and I remember Bob Ridley.
Oh, the legend.
Yeah. fourth period. And hats off to the new guy because it's a tough spot to be in, replacing a legend. But man, if I could hear Bob Ridley again on the radio, like
I know that voice. That voice. Man, it's unbelievable. It's just you'll never forget it. I mean, we were season ticket holders all of Stephen Meyer's career in the Tigers, and coming home after every game,
you listen to Bob Ridley. Yeah, and hopefully one day, Bob, if you're out there listening, we can have you on the show. I would love to pick your brain.
Your brain a bit. Yeah, about some story. Even if you just give us some stories.
Stories. We'll listen.
Specifically Stephen Myers. Yeah, I'd love to get a little dirt on that.
That would be great. Maybe we could have them both on at the same time.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah. So what do you have moving on here for us?
Why don't we go to? We don't have a ton on it, so I just want to go back into golf. We had a big tournament this weekend, and I had a buddy actually reach out to me, relative of yours, and a friend of mine, and friend of the show, and mentioned something, reiterate on my comments last week between the PGA and LIV. So I need to.
Got in trouble.
I did, and I should have, because I didn't explain myself properly when I mentioned how much I love the PGA and I'm against the idea of the LIV.
Yep.
So it's not that I love the PGA. I need to reiterate that, Warren. I think the PGA is as crooked as the NFL, as all those big box companies that make all the money and literally give out none of it to the guys that are actually putting the product out there. My whole thing was that LIV, pays guys up front. They don't have to perform. They don't have to even go to that many tournaments. They don't have to, it's like easy street to me. It's like, which road do you take, the straight one or the windy one? Well, it's just, everyone's going to take that straight road, big money, this and that. But I feel like the love of the game, the passion, the history, all that was kind of taken away from that. However, at the same time, the LIV paid you to golf.
Yep.
You just enter this many tournaments, you get $500 million. It was big bucks. What that made the PGA have to do was adjust the way that they do. Yep. Start paying their players better. Bigger purses, bigger opportunities, more tournaments. They don't have to go to as many, but the purses are bigger. The money's bigger. The cut line is a little different with how it pays out, all that. Guys are being paid better, they're being respected more, and it actually improved the PGA immensely, because they realized, holy shit, we're going to lose more. Because honestly, the PGA was gouging.
Yep.
They were absolutely robbing from the product.
Yep.
If you didn't win, you weren't making money. Watch Full Swing on Netflix. You will find out. If you were not winning, you were not making bucks, man. I thought these guys were making huge bucks. They weren't. So, Warren, you are 100% right. If it wasn't for the LIV, it wouldn't have fixed how crooked the PGA is.
So a little competition helped.
It did, 100%. I just hated the guys that moved to the LIV. It just bothered me. But at the same time, like Dustin Johnson said it, hey, man, you get told you got to do half the work and we're going to pay you twice as much. Tell me who's not taking it. No. So I get it.
No.
But I loved, and that makes me love guys like Rory and Scheffler. Congrats to Scheffler. Awesome weekend this weekend. -17, crushed it. Won again. He's the best in the world. Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, literally making less than all the guys in the LIV, and they're probably more prolific in my opinion.
And I do get where you're coming from. There's something to be said about basically playing for performance.
Yes, and you have to win to make money. Yeah. I just love that idea. It's like if you're not doing your best, you don't get to be $100 millionaire. Like you don't get that. You got to win to get there.
How often do we see a free agent have a career year in his last year of his contract?
Yeah.
Signs a big deal and then never to be heard from again.
Yeah, or not until his contract's up again in 2, 3, 4 years. It's unbelievable.
Just puts her on cruise control for the
I got my money.
Yeah.
Guaranteed in most cases for most of these guys.
And that's why I kind of like guaranteed contracts, but I dislike them at the very same time.
Me too. Yeah. Like I understand when a guy like Lamar wants it, but at the same time I totally understand why the Ravens team haven't given it.
Yeah.
22 games, he's missed 7.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a third of it. He's never won a playoff round, I get it.
It's a big gamble.
It's a big gamble.
It's big money.
We'll get into that later.
Yes,
there's lots of NFL, lots of Lamar, sadly.
Yeah.
That'll be the story for a while.
Yes, but I do like the point that you brought up, and thanks for Warren.
Warren, honestly, I would not have even brought it up, but you were 100% right in that. I mean, I've watched the LIV. I'm not like I'm boycotting it. They got some great golfers over there. I'm rooting for Rory and those guys even more now, and it's just like I love the respect that they have for the game and the history.
You're a traditionalist.
I totally am.
Yeah.
I'm an old school guy. My dad's old school. I'm old school. I was raised that way.
Yeah, no, and that's totally cool. I'm on your side with that.
And Warren, I don't think Warren was
Nope.
against it. He
Nope.
just he understands like how much the PGA has absolutely ripped the players off.
It's no different than another one I'll go with is tennis. If there'd be another association in tennis, right?
You bet.
You know,
100%.
yeah.
No different. Probably the closest.
Yeah. Tennis would be the closest to
Yep.
golf. So yeah, it's crazy.
But that's all I had. I wanted Scotty Scheffler won this weekend.
Yep.
Huge purse. I think $3.7 million for winning first.
That's it, eh?
Yeah, minor money.
Yeah, gee, that's too bad. You know.
Yeah,
you can't
I feel
afford to
bad for
live.
him.
Yeah, I
feel
do
bad
too.
for him. I think he's only got like $28 million this year so far. So.
Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna make it to
Tough,
next
man.
year.
If you need something that can get you on the show, maybe boost you up, whatever you need, Scotty, we got you.
maybe could pay him a little performance.
Yeah,
bonus.
absolutely. We can get some Studweisers, whatever you need. Get some merch. Get you an Orioles shirt.
Ah, boo with the Orioles and.
Should we go? Let's go NFL next, then we'll finish with a little NHL.
Yeah,
some
baseball,
different
some odds
stuff.
and
Yes,
end notes.
but I'd like to go right to the NFL. I got
Okay,
more
so-
on that. I love the NFL.
Oh, I do too. So what do you want to do? You want to start with the NFC South, or you want to do some
Yeah,
headlines?
let's go out because you got some stats I don't even know about with salary caps and whatnot.
Yes.
and I'd like let's go. We all
Okay.
love the NFL, guys.
Yes.
NFC South is what we're
South.
breaking down this week.
Okay, so I'm going to list the 4 teams. I'm going to tell you the salary cap and give me some notes on that stuff. And
then I got some rankings.
yes, perfect. So let's start with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep.
Minus 3.8 million cap. But that is changing because
and it will be ever
no
changing.
Tom Brady
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So
Fournette, all that.
yeah, that there's a lot of different things rolling there. But Tampa Bay has negative 3.8 million. What do you got for us on Tampa Bay?
Okay, so my notes tell me they literally need to identify and establish a new offensive identity. Literally.
Yeah. No Tom.
Sounds like Baker Mayfield is their guy,
Yeah,
which
it
blows my
does.
mind. Like,
Yeah.
whoever said, other than the stupid Cleveland Browns, Baker's our man, because those guys are ridiculous. But they want him.
Yep.
It's out there. It's not like a random source. Everybody's hearing it.
They figure by free agency, he'll be signed.
And he should be affordable.
That, I think, is the big key there.
They think they can win with him.
You know, the scary thing is 40 and 50 million is being thrown around for quarterbacks just like it's monopoly money.
It's crazy.
And I believe Baker probably will come in at 20-ish, maybe.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. 20 to 23 was
Yeah.
my number, actually.
Yeah. So that allows for a lot.
Because they need to fix their O-line, because I know two guys.
Two
I don't
are
know
free
who they are.
agents.
Yeah, and then there was 2 guys that mentioned possibly retirement without Brady there.
Yep.
That was kind of their stickler.
Yeah. So they're in a rebuild.
And they need a running
They're in
back.
rebuild. Yeah, they do.
So, but Baker coming in cheap can allow them to play there a little bit.
Yeah.
They got Mike Evans. Who else do they got?
Maybe
for
make a
receiver?
couple trades.
Yeah, they're gonna
you
have to make some moves, and their defense was decent.
Yes. They do have some free agents in defense though, because one of their corners, I think Dean, is a highly touted corner this year.
Yeah, so unless they pay him out the teeth, they're gonna have
and
to
probably
adjust
they're
that.
not going to because they're not a Super
in
Bowl.
the situation that they are, and they're not ready to win right now. You know that.
Yeah, they're in retool mode.
So, where do you think their offense ranks? Even this year with Brady, don't forget it was with Brady, but it wasn't bad.
that great.
No.
I'm going to say about let's go 23.
25.
Oh.
Got according to what? Hey, Flames score again! Woohoo! I don't get to do this often, guys. Go Orioles though. The 25th, Brady's worst ranking offense in his history
Ever.
Yeah, that I could go back and find.
Yep.
Yeah. Defense, where do you think they rank?
Defense would be better.
They were
say.
much
Yep.
better. Still not in the top
Let's
echelon.
go about 18.
13th. Actually.
13th. Oh,
Yep.
a little higher than I thought.
Really good. Yeah, almost top third.
Yeah.
Almost.
Not bad.
Yeah. Nope.
Not bad.
No, they were. According to what I read, was they lacked in sacks.
Yes.
Yeah, pressure again.
No pass rush.
And And that's a huge problem.
Yeah.
But to get 13th and have really bad pass rush means their back end was pretty damn good.
And probably not a lot of money because they were a Super Bowl contender
Yes.
for a number of years. And,
That's
they would have been to the cap, to the max, for sure. Ooh, does that sound nice, eh?
Good old ice cold Studweiser.
Yeah, you betcha. So, they would have been spending to the max and not a lot of cap room. So, it'll be interesting to see where they go from here.
Yeah, it will be. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
I love changing NFL when it's not the Ravens. What team you want to do next, buddy boy?
Okay. I'm excited about this team because they were in the headlines this week. Let's go with the Carolina Panthers. They do have $23.5 million, and I know that number has changed since the big trade.
Since
they get rid of Moore to Chicago.
And the farm.
Get a couple of, DJ Moore, and they got a first, right?
No,
they get Chicago's first.
They get the first overall.
Yeah.
And they gave up 4 picks and DJ Moore.
Yes, that's how it went.
Wild.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Good haul for Chicago.
Great haul for Chicago.
Yeah.
And when I look at that, I have a feeling they 150% have a guy they need and want. I don't know who it is, though. I'm looking at it.
It's a quarterback. I believe it's Stroud.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that, but is he worth everything?
When you need a quarterback, probably. Everybody else is spending $50 million for a quarterback. I
get that. I understand.
So
you can take that can home and keep it as a souvenir if you want.
Look at this. I thought this beer tasted bad.
I snuck.
Secret. That's why you do this. That's why you did that, eh?
So I bought us some custom MLB gear with the MLB kicking off. I got Tyson a nice
Blue Jays
koozie and a nice whiskey cup.
Yes, thank you very much.
But I hid inside that koozie a Calgary Flames Studweiser.
Yeah,
and he enjoyed the beer more than he's ever had.
Later on in the podcast when the season starts, we're gonna have to. You heard of the Blue Jay song, right?
I have not.
We'll get into singing at some point.
So off track again, which is perfect because that's what we do. CJ Stroud, I get it. I just, damn it. I don't know if he's worth it, but I guess they do. They see something.
Whether it's him or not, there's 4 quarterbacks that probably could go in the top 10.
Agreed. I just don't know if any of those, in my opinion, looking at the names and just doing my research.
Everyone keeps talking about the guy with the most tools is that Anderson kid out of Florida.
Yeah. Big boy.
He reminds me a lot of Lamar Jackson.
Bigger,
Just watching highlights. He's bigger.
Yeah,
probably he'll handle the punishment a little better.
Yeah, he doesn't quite move as well, but same type of play.
Yeah. So
also South Florida boy.
Yeah.
They build them that way down there.
They do. So the draft is going to be very interesting. Now, of course, we're curious with the Panthers. What do they have in mind? Because they paid a ransom.
Oh, they did.
And Chicago is looking a little better.
Agreed.
All of a sudden, they got Moore as a receiver. They got our man, Chase Claypool.
And 9th. They got 9th overall pick. It's not like they went that far in the draft.
All of a sudden, Chicago, and a big rumor I heard today, Javon Hargrave is a high possibility to be a Bear.
Jeez. That's awesome. Nathan, you must be just jumping over there.
And we'll have Nathan on after all these moves are made, so he has, he has a little weaponry to talk to us.
The old chest will be pumped. Yeah. Then he can maybe reiterate a little bit, maybe give us a little backlash on all of our Bear hate.
100%. So let's get to the statistics of the Panthers. So offense, give us what you got.
Where do you think?
Oh, they were poor.
They were not as poor as the Bucks.
Really?
The Bucks were 25th, and they were not as poor as the Bucks.
Let's go 22nd.
20th, which is better than I actually thought they were.
I wouldn't have thought that.
No, they were.
I didn't think Darno would be that good.
Yeah. Obviously, I guess they had McCaffrey for the first half.
Yep.
That's all they had.
But they did make some trades. They had a coaching change.
Yeah. Oh, they've made moves. You can't state that they haven't tried to make some moves here.
No.
So good on them.
Yep.
Defense, where do you think that ranked?
You know, Carolina always seems to have not a bad defense.
They're right up near the middle.
Through
I'll
the
say
history, okay, so let's go 16.
19.
19.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is where I put them. I
Yep.
put them between 15 and 20, so
Yep.
they're right
Yep.
there.
So not a bad defense considering they are at the bottom of the league in the standings, right?
Yeah.
And
and
they
their
are
defense is on
rebuilding.
the field a lot.
Yep.
So
So I do believe Carolina's probably, they're going to be a team to kind of watch.
yeah, they're in that retool mode. Give them a couple of years, and we'll see if these tools were right.
See if they get a quarterback.
That's right. That's right. That's the most important. You can't win without a quarterback.
And they have to for what they've given up.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has to be a swing and contact and out of the park.
Yeah, unless they want to become the next Browns.
Well, or they could be the Arizona Cardinals with Moore.
Oh God, my.
Phooey. That's a whole other situation.
Yeah.
But,
What next?
Okay, well, actually, this division's super exciting. I'm stoked about. Let's go New Orleans.
Yes, Derek Carr, baby.
Yes.
I've talked about it. I actually love him for never winning anything. I believe in him for some reason. I don't know why.
4-year, $150 million.
I don't love that. I think that's absurd. But actually, holy shit! Like I
That's
should have been
crazy,
a quarterback,
right?
Mama Bear.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy.
It is. It is. But for some
But
reason,
it immediately makes them better, in my opinion.
It does.
I still think it's crazy. I think if he's won something, that's good. He hasn't, but I do believe he's got a raw deal everywhere. I just cannot believe the money they paid a guy who they believe, obviously the same as I do, had a raw deal, but has still never proven himself, but given him proven money. That's proven money.
Though? The Saints, for some reason, have this reputation of being a place where quarterbacks can kind of build themselves up.
Yeah.
Drew
There's
Brees,
something
when he
about-
went to New Orleans,
That's right.
was trying to rectify his career. He wasn't that great
Totally.
in San Diego.
Yeah.
He
He was good.
Yeah, he was good.
And I think Derek Carr is good.
Winston,
Yeah.
another
He's
guy.
done now, though,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, he's moving on, of course. But he looked terrible in Tampa.
He had some spurts with the Saints.
He did.
There was a couple of games where he broke records
Yeah.
for whatever they were. I don't remember what it was, but there were 2 record-breaking games. I think one was completion percentage.
Yeah. So
yeah.
and he looked bad in Tampa.
Yeah, and he didn't have Michael Thomas.
No,
Don't forget. And
no.
guess what Derek Carr will?
Yes,
For some reason, Michael Thomas is immediately healed.
but
he's ready to go. They're not going to have Kamara.
no,
After
that's
that
what I was gonna say.
Dumbass's Vegas adventure.
Yeah.
What
he's
a
probably-
bunch of... Sorry, I got to put 2 in there. Dumbasses. You make all that money. You go to... Guess what? I go to Vegas. Me and Tyson are going to go to Vegas. We're going to go to the NFR together.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
Because I've never been.
I haven't either.
And I want to go in the worst way. So we're going to
We're
go.
there, man. We're there.
And we're probably not going to end up in prison. Look, we may end up not knowing where we are, losing shoes. There's going to be some shit.
Yeah.
But I guarantee we're not going to beat someone.
We're gonna swim in the pool where the Bellagio has their fountain.
We might do that.
We're gonna end up in that middle fountain.
My dad may have to send over some bail money, but it's not going to be prison. It's going to be like drunk tank.
I probably will need a life jacket to get there, though.
I'm a great swimmer. I got you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Megan's a good swimmer.
Yeah,
too,
but you'll remember I'm an Oiler fan. You're like, that bastard can drown.
I could save him, but I'm not going to.
But yeah, New Orleans. I like the landing spot for Derek Carr,
I do
actually.
too. I think it's great. They always seem to build a pretty good defense,
Yeah,
too.
New Orleans always has a good D.
Even this year. Let's get into rankings.
Yeah. Okay.
So we talked about it. Kamara, dumbass. Sorry.
Alvin Kamara.
Complete dumbass. Probably ruined the back end of his career.
Yep.
Probably never going to play again.
No.
If that folds out the
You're
way
probably
it
gonna
looks
get
like
cut
it's
by
going
the
to.
Chiefs the way it looks, anyways, for contract numbers. So.
Derek Carr, I think that's great. I think the offense is about to improve huge. I think that defense, I liked him last year. I didn't know why I liked him, but now I see their ranking and I understand why. But they need to rebuild big time. They need a running back.
Yeah.
They need an offensive line. They need a little help there as well. And Michael Thomas coming back is going to be huge. So I'm not mad at their receivers at all with him back. Where do you think they rank offensively last year?
Offensively that was the struggle of the team.
It was
Let's go about 26th.
22nd.
Okay.
So
okay.
better than what you thought, but
Yeah.
still pretty terrible.
Yeah.
But Kamara
Yeah.
is Kamara.
Yeah. Yeah.
He won
And
them
no
a couple
quarterback.
games. Nothing. No. Last year they had a couple spurts, like I said, but
What's that other guy? Not Jameis Winston. The other guy.
Taysom Hill,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's actually a receiver.
the run man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He won one game for him. It was
yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
but I mean, he's never been given a chance, and obviously he's not good enough. For
They
a
don't think
chance.
he is. No. And
no.
he's not going to get it.
Yep.
He's stuck there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Defense rank
I'm gonna say 11,
9.
9.
They broke top 10.
Yeah. So good defense,
Yeah.
a playoff caliber defense.
Absolutely. I don't have a problem with their defense.
No.
And because their offense was so poor to end up in 9th, I don't think they need to make any major changes.
No, and
minor tweaks.
And they have some free agents just like everybody
Yeah.
else.
What's their
and,
salary rate again?
They are negative 25.3 million.
Holy shit. Okay, sorry guys. I was going to say they probably got a little bit.
Well,
They'll make room.
That
They'll
has
make
changed.
room.
They have restructured some
Yes.
stuff, and wow, so
Actually, Kamar leaving.
following
because
this stuff is crazy because so the other day, this is NFL but a little off topic, the Chargers were like over the cap by quite a bit. They redid Bosa's contract. They redid who the heck else? Receiver.
Chargers. Not Williams.
Whoever.
Keenan Allen? No.
Yes.
Was it
Keenan Allen,
Okay, that's
yeah.
what I thought. Okay.
And another third guy. And it saved him $40 million towards the salary cap.
The way that they can move money around and
Yeah.
tweak and pull, it's like, oh, I didn't even have a salary cap at
Yeah.
that point. But
It's
I get
crazy.
it.
It's crazy. So they restructured, and all of a sudden they're saving $40 million in salary cap. So realistically, negative $25 million doesn't mean a whole lot.
But no, because you can switch 40 around. Also,
Yeah.
they're plus 15.
Yeah.
I don't get
And
it.
they signed a big free agent.
Yep.
But they did have to get a quarterback.
Yeah, they had no choice.
They had to do
I
something.
don't think that's the right price, but if that's the going rate, that's the going rate.
Oh, and
We can't control that.
We'll talk about the going rate.
Yeah,
later,
it's-
like crazy.
Last
So-
team of
Last
the NFC
team.
South.
And they will be the last team by the amount of moves they've made. The Atlanta Falcons.
Shitty.
And they need, I think, everything.
They are dog shit. Although their offense was way higher ranked than I
Really?
assumed they were. They had 3 or 4 games, if you remember, in the middle of the season where they won 2 or 3 of them, but they were putting up huge points.
Is that when they were playing the high school league? there
Yeah,
for those
the
4 weeks?
Ravens
Yeah.
probably. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even sure.
They
Yeah.
probably got- yeah,
Played the
that-
Ravens and the Browns 2 weeks in a row. I won't get into that, but they need help all over. Their QB sucks. Their running back system sucks. Their cornerbacks are kind of weak, and their linebackers
They have no receivers.
they have none. Like
Yeah.
no receivers. Their very front end defensive ends actually did well for as shitty as their defense ended up.
They are in full rebuild.
Oh,
full rebuild.
Everything needs to go.
Yeah.
Like let's
Yeah.
do a refurbish.
Yeah. And they will be a team that's probably drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would hope so.
It's crazy. They said they're not in on Lamar.
No.
Like when you're this shitty, it blows my
Well-
mind. But I get it.
Honestly, when you need everything, you can't be in on Lamar.
That's true. They've got no other weapons. So what
Yeah.
would it matter if they got him?
Yeah.
They'd win an extra
It'd still
1
be
to 2
shitty.
games.
And he wouldn't be happy either
No,
because
and he'd be injured more and more
yeah,
and more.
he's got nothing to work with.
Yeah, he's already got no offense to work with.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's not going there even
Nope,
if they
nope.
offered him.
I do have an interesting thing about a rumor I heard. Ian Rappaport's my guy. And
Is he the Niners guy?
No, I'll tell you. No, he's not
Okay,
the
we'll get
Niners
into that
guy.
because
but
the Niners are very
we'll get into
interested
this
into
later.
Lamar.
And this is Lamar. And that's probably coming out of left field. You won't know. But
No, that's all right.
Hey,
I
well,
like left field.
Good old Ian. He's
Ian knows
pretty
his
reliable.
stuff.
Yeah.
Ian does know his stuff. I'll tell you, Mr. Rap Sheet. And I know that the Niners are interested. They said they would give their 2 first picks, no problem.
Yeah.
But they don't know the value yet. So
Well-
I assume they're going to offer something.
We'll get into that when we talk about Lamar, but let's finish the Falcons here.
Where do you think they rank offensively?
I'm going to just tell you the salary cap first. They're plus 63.7
Thank Christ.
million.
Holy shit.
Lots
Let's
of money.
spend some money, boys, because we need to get back in this thing.
Yeah, they do.
Nicest stadium in the league, in my opinion. Even
Really?
nicer than SoFi. Oh, it's gorgeous. That Mercedes Stadium is
Nicer than the Rams.
nicer.
Vegas.
Nicer.
Really? Arizona.
Way nicer.
Really?
Yeah.
Seattle.
Holy shit.
How about
Sorry.
Vancouver? Vancouver.
Oh, I like BC Lions down
Mosaic,
there, boy.
Mosaic.
Oh, no, never.
No,
Not a
Mosaic, you're the best.
chance. Riderville, you rule. But no, their stadium is that Mercedes. It's insane. It is the way the roof literally moves to adjust when the sun comes in. The roof literally,
Really?
not only does it open and close, it literally will adjust to deflect sun in different ways. You look straight up, there's not a Jumbotron.
Yeah.
They have an entire, it's like 20 feet tall. It goes all the way around the outside. So the entire outside is like a 300-foot long or 500-foot long screen. It is absurd. They made it for the year that they hosted the Super Bowl. It is so beautiful. It looks like a giant diamond.
Us
It's
average Joe
gorgeous.
can't even imagine the money that is
Oh.
spent.
Man. And that's not near as much as SoFi cost in LA, but it is nice.
And
I
the
was
worst-
at it. Yeah.
What I was going to say is the worst part is the taxpayers pay for these stadiums.
Yes,
and then
they
we get raped at ticket prices
Yeah,
as well.
that is a fact.
And that's the fans' perspective. of
Doesn't
that.
make much sense.
No,
but that's
no.
our perspective.
You betcha. Well, let's go into the rankings. I'm going to guess offense was terrible. I'm going to guess they're in the bottom third of the league. So let's go lucky old 2-1.
It'd blow your mind. They're 16th offensively.
16.
Those 4 games. There was 4-game span where they scored
I-
over 30 points.
I would have never guessed they're below.
I hate how
20.
the rankings work that way, but it's all about points for, yada, yada.
That's unbelievable.
And, yeah, that's where they rank them. Yeah, and absolutely a disgrace to
So
rank.
damn near the top half.
Yeah,
like-
literally right at the end of the top half.
Wow.
Brutal.
I would've never
Brutal.
guessed
I
it.
thought they were dog shit. And, I mean, I still believe they're dog shit. But a few good games when you rack up a ton of points,
Yeah.
it
yeah.
changes everything. Yeah.
So defensively,
Not so good.
no.
No.
I'm going to guess they're close to the bottom.
We're going to give I'll just give you the hint of the fans' perspective.
Number.
23.
Really? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's shitty. That's shitty.
It's a great number. But
Yeah,
it's
it
not a
is a
great
great
number when
number,
you're
yeah.
ranking out of 31 to 32 teams.
No.
That's
a little tough.
those guys suck.
They do. They do.
Yeah,
And-
like-
and they need a lot, right? And Atlanta is in a full rebuild as well.
Oh, 100%.
You know, this whole division is totally up for grabs, and this is why I believe you can't have divisions for playoff teams.
Yep.
Because there is no way in hell, by looking at these 4 teams, that any of them are going to be above 500 next year.
I agree. I think this division is absolutely
The Saints have the best chance of being 500.
100%.
Yeah.
If anybody's going to do it, and they might surprise us and get over that 500.
They may.
They're the only team
Yeah.
that has that
Yeah.
chance, in our opinion, in the
Yeah.
fans' perspective.
Yeah. I would say, in reality, looking at this, there's not too many
The league
insiders
is too
going
tough
to. Yeah.
for these teams without making huge changes
Yeah.
right now.
And why should one of these teams make the playoffs just because it's a division?
I hate the way that we'll get into that
Yeah.
another day.
Yes,
but the way the
we will.
playoffs work is bullshit.
Yeah. So, anyways, they got some.
That was
draft.
a toonie, by the way. Bullshit.
They got a draft pick, of course, number 1, and they got lots of draft picks, and they'll need them all. They're going to need some late ones to bloom, and they got some cap room, but it's always tough when you're rebuilding to get a free agent to come to town knowing you're rebuilding.
That's right. Why would you want? Everybody wants to win today.
Yeah.
Everybody. Unless you're paying them out the arse and you're giving them an 8-year out
Yeah.
the arse contract. They know towards the back end there's a chance. No, they
Or
want to
guaranteed
win.
money.
Guaranteed money changes everything.
That helps.
Yeah. So we're gonna do something random right now. I'm going to make a phone call just because we haven't done an interview yet, but we have one planned. I'll explain who it is after.
It's exciting.
But,
I can't wait.
I'm
The
stoked.
hair in
It's-
my neck standing.
It's unique. It's a great kid. It's a guy I know. He's been a family friend for a long time, and he does something awesome. But what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to call my wife on the phone and make sure
Megan
this
from
works.
the bedroom.
Megan from the Ray Lewis bedroom talk. So we're going to see if she answers, and I just want to make damn sure that this works because I'm hoping next week or the week after.
So do we have to adjust?
We shouldn't have to. It should be this one right here.
Oh, I hear a ring.
Let's see what kind of volume we get out of this.
Okay. You got your best Ray Lewis
I
interpretation?
do.
Okay, let's hear it when she answers.
What's up, baby girl? You're on with the Fans Perspective 23. It's your hubby in the basement. How you doing? Can you hear me loud and clear, old girl? All right, I can hear you too. That's all we needed, baby. You can get ready. You can get the Ray Lewis speech. I'll be up in about an hour, okay? That's all I needed. Love you, babe.
Start stretching.
Yeah, bye-bye. Okay, enough of that.
You
All right, well.
lucky bastard.
Oh, yeah, she's stretching as we speak. So
that
next-
is going to be an amazing 10 to 12 seconds. I know it.
You ain't going to want to miss it.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Hey.
Do not come into our bedroom.
Bull riders have nothing over you.
Oh, God, I wish I'd have come back for that. So next week, it will be next week or the week after.
Yep. So
Depending when we plan our Hot Ones challenge. I haven't decided when we're going to
I-
kill guys
well,
with heartburn.
I'm not sure. I'm still waiting for my prescription drugs to show up. So I need a whole week of taking
You
them
may
for this.
need more than prescription. We might have to go with the hard stuff. So if you're a drug dealer and you're
Yeah.
willing to donate to the show, Tyson needs anything.
We
for,
need something for heat control.
So
there,
we've got I've got a good friend in Braden Close, family friend of ours, and he's an awesome kid. We're actually going to get him on the show as well. He's a sledge hockey guy, played for Team Canada for a bit. Unreal kid, unreal athlete. He was in wheelchair racing as well.
Cool.
And his brother, Justin Close, just so happens to be an absolute freaking stud in the NCAA. He is the starting goalie for the Gophers, man. And they're
Go
on,
Gophers!
Go Gophers. They're on their way to an NCAA Frozen Four championship. I'm calling it right now. He is technically undersized, what they say. And me and you, being the height we are, we say, screw that. This
We're
kid
average.
is
We're
a
average.
stud. Yeah, we're average. We're not. This kid has been told he's too small, yada, 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 his whole career. Goes the SJHL for the Clippers, lights it up, best goalie in the league. Ends up down there. I don't even think he was supposed to ever start. I think he was supposed to be a practice goalie, back up his entire career. Ends up being the starter. He's got 6 or 7 shutouts this year, leading the league.
That's pretty amazing.
He's on the Gophers team. Everyone else says, well, it's the best team in the NCAA. Well, that's why it is. But it's not getting
Still
a
need
shutout.
good goaltending.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
You do not win without good goaltending. And he is going to be our very first interview.
Excellent.
And I cannot wait to pick his brain. He's going to give us a little insight on what it takes to be a goaltender today.
Yeah.
What the differences are from college hockey that we up here don't really realize.
Compared
unless
to
we
maybe
follow it.
junior.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Why he went that route?
Totally.
Yeah.
A little bit of a background on him. His journey, the kid literally has lived and breathed goaltending. I know this. His parents are good friends of mine. His family's good friends of mine. They're great people from Kindersley, Saskatchewan. Some of the best
hometown
people.
is Kindersley,
Kindersley,
Saskatchewan.
they're great people.
Nice.
They still live there,
Yeah.
and he still comes home. I got to hang out with him a bit at his at Braden, my good buddy Braden, his younger brother's wedding. They're good kids. This kid, I can't wait to see him in the NHL. I guarantee you, and this is the only way I ever change from being a Flames fan to anything else, is
Spoilers.
if Justin
Spoilers.
Close ends up on any roster.
Well,
I will become that team's
I-
fan. I love you, Justin. I can't wait to have you on the show and pick your brain and have Tyson pick your brain and give us some insight. We're very excited.
I'm gonna phone Ken Holland and hopefully we can hook things up.
Oh,
and-
man. He would love it. They're Oiler
and then
fans.
You and Parker could both be Oiler fans.
Justin, if you are listening to this episode specifically, Jesus, you can do anything other than going there.
Justin, if you can make it to any of one of the teams, we'll be cheering for you. The fans' perspective.
Yes, we will.
We'll be cheering for you.
Yeah, we're big Gopher fans because of you.
And you alone.
And I think it's cool, and I can't wait to have be our first ever
That'll
interview.
be exciting. Well,
I think it's wicked.
next to Megan.
Well, actually, technically, the old wife stretching upstairs.
Yeah.
She was numero uno.
That was kind of like a warning to her.
That's
So.
more of that big man is coming home, baby. But,
And probably you may hear like a saw here in the next 5 minutes that she's putting a deadbolt on the bedroom door and you ain't getting into
or you're going to hear a suitcase close and she's leaving.
Car starting in the driveway.
Shit. Anyways, that was my little plug there. I can't wait.
That'll be awesome. That'll be and lots of guests coming ahead. Like we got Chad coming.
Chad's coming on, very soon.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Chad is our second because he's probably one of my best friends in the world.
Yeah.
A good dude, barbecue guru, and sports enthusiast.
Darcy Schneider's coming by.
Yeah,
from
Darcy's going to
CFL.
come and give us some CFL Rough Rider
betcha.
specific.
Hope to have Stefan Meyer on one of these days.
Ridley would be great. That
Bob
same
Ridley,
show.
yeah. So lots ahead. Lots of hot wings coming.
Yes,
towards
the Hot
it,
Ones
too.
Challenge is coming very soon.
Oh.
I am very excited. We got our wings from Centennial
I'm
Foods.
smoking.
Thank you.
I'm smoking already, but I think I'm going to smoke a cigar that night, too,
Yes.
because my mouth will be burning anyways.
We have a celebratory cigar for us for hitting 250 hours viewed on YouTube and 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
And
we haven't talked about it yet, but I was super stoked when you sent me this. We got an email. Tell everyone about our little email.
We did get an email. Of course, I linked our email to our Instagram page, which of course links our podcast. And some company that wants me to pay for their analytics, of course, he ran just the very first analytic
for free.
For
Here
free.
you go.
Yeah. And then, of course, at the end, advertised if he'd like us to buy it, which we didn't.
Yeah.
Very low budget show, by the way.
Yes.
But he said we are ranked right now in subscriptions, views, and whatever, all the other stuff. 145th for all sports broadcasts for
In
podcasts.
all of Canada.
And I believe I did the research after, and there was 30,000 plus podcasts that ranked in that category. 32,000, like 467, something like that.
Let me just put it out there, man. I am so proud of that number. Like,
I know,
that is freaking amazing.
I thought it was wicked. 145th, when I first saw it, I'm like, yeah, well, how many is there? Like 145th. Like, you always want to be top five.
Yeah, are we 146?
Exactly. Like, are we second last?
And we find out that the Tim and Friends show is only at 100.
It was at 100. When we ranked 145th, they were at 100. So, and I mean, that show I see on television and everything.
Yeah.
So it was a proud moment. It was like,
Oh.
holy shit, this is cool. Thank you, guys. I
Thank
hope you guys
at home.
share the shit out of this, because that's
Yes.
the way we grow, is by sharing. And honestly, we're having a blast. If you want to know something, like Warren texted me about the golf. He was pissed off. He's like, you love the PGA, those bunch of crooked bastards. I'm dead serious. I don't love the PGA, but those things we love. I love controversy.
Oh,
Why the
that's
hell
great.
do you think I randomly chose to be a Baltimore Orioles fan? I could have picked any team.
I
I
can
was
tell
not
you
going to pick
just
the
to
Blue
piss
Jays.
me off.
150%. And the reason it ended up the Orioles was only because I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. That's a real thing. I am a Ravens fan. But if I ever make it there, I'd like to make it during a baseball season and then go catch a game and really screw with this bastard. So it would be
Orioles,
great.
Jays. You know, that would be all right,
Oh, I
except the
missed
Orioles
it.
suck, and I'd sooner see the Jays walk all over the Yankees.
Yeah, oh man, and that was one thing. Megan's like, "Why do you pick the Yankees? Like everyone hates the Yankees."
You
I just said,
son of a
so,
bitch.
I'll throw one in for you. The reason I didn't pick the Yankees, I'll go into that, was because it's one of those teams where people are like, "Oh, you just
Too
hop
easy
on
to pick.
hop on a bandwagon."
Yeah.
They always got money. They got a great roster, great people. I'm like, well, I literally knew no one other than Cal Ripken Jr. Almost bought his jersey.
Yep.
If it wasn't $189 to be a fake fan, I would have bought it. I got my whole outfit for $100.
So actually,
koozie, cup, shirt, hat, everything.
just to bring you up to speed a little bit, Baltimore is actually quite an exciting young team.
Well, here we go.
They have been rebuilding.
Okay.
They got some players, let me tell you. They weren't far from a wild card in the postseason last year.
All right.
Yeah, and something else you have to know about Baltimore is they're kind of like the Oakland of the American League East. They're low budget. You'll never see them spending where everyone else is.
They don't have the big
They're
money.
always trading for good prospects and stuff when guys get too expensive. But they are an exciting team. They draft well.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Just like the Oakland A's.
Yeah, a little better. I would say they're a little better than the Oakland A's.
Maybe a little more money.
Little
That
more
might
money.
Change that.
But it's kind of along
Similar
the
to
same
the
lines.
Baltimore Ravens, the way
Because
that they
I know
handle
you're
theirs.
not a big ball fan.
No, I've never watched. This will be my very first
Hey.
season.
While we're on the subject of baseball, Team Canada.
Here we go. That was
They beat Great Britain today. Mercied them.
mercy to them, yeah.
Mercy!
And USA tomorrow,
yes.
right?
Yes.
I'm following. You
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
understand. I'm
yeah.
literally following for you.
And that is in the WBC, the World
Yes.
Baseball Classic.
What else you got for us on baseball? Let's go into that before we go
okay.
back to the NFL and
So-
kind of finish our show.
Jose Batista is joining the Ring of Honor in Toronto this year.
Awesome. Absolutely a huge
Total
deal.
stud.
Yeah.
He was a great Blue Jay. I'm
Mr.
You know, the
Batflip?
kind of the controversy a little bit when he wanted all that extra money and he was going to go, and then no one was willing to pay him, and he ended up staying, and yeah. But Mr. Batflip, everyone
Yep.
knows him for that. Great Blue Jay, great hitter.
Great.
Congrats to Jose.
Yep. I'll raise one up though, Jose. Honestly, I mean, that's the only time I ever watched was the year of the bat flip.
That was awesome.
I'm not being a baseball fan, but all my buddies were. Every time I went over for a beer to a buddy's house, the game was on.
Next to Joe Carter, hitting it out and having Tim McCarver. I remember this when Joe Carter hit him out. Touch 'em all, Joe, because we hit the game-winning home run in the World Series in Game 7 against the Philadelphia Phillies. And it was in Skydome, which is Rogers Center now.
Yes, sir.
And he hit it off of Mitch Wild Thing Williams. And what an amazing moment. Like, Joe Carter was one of my favorite all-time ball players.
Is that same era as Alomar?
Yep. Robbie Alomar was on the team. Anyways, bottom of the ninth, down a runner on. And Mitch Williams is kind of wild, he pitches a heater inside. That's Joe's wheelhouse, and bang over the left field wall. Hey, and I can remember Tim McCarver say, "Touch 'em all, Joe," and the Blue Jays won the World Series.
Game over.
Pandemonium. And so next to that moment, Jose Batista's bat flip.
Yeah,
bar none.
Right. Yeah, and you can't put it above.
Yeah,
because there was a championship.
Yeah, a championship. And that was back-to-back World Series championship with the Blue Jays.
And the end of the
big run. Yep. But so the other exciting thing, and I do want to talk about this, is, and I sent you a little bit of a link today.
And I watched it.
Unbelievable. Ethan Salas of the San Diego Padres,
straight out of the womb,
16-year-old, made his major league spring training debut today.
That's crazy. 16 years old.
16. That is the same age as my son Peyton.
He hasn't felt his first teeth yet. He hasn't had puberty fully.
Oh, my God.
This is crazy.
This brings a whole new level of the game as getting turned over to a younger.
Yeah, that's a little different, man.
Pretty soon we'll be right out of T-ball into the Grapefruit League.
Dude isn't a graduated driver yet.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the man, or the kid, he's not a man, he's a kid, must have talent galore.
And a mustache.
Yeah. He can grow a better mustache than either one of us.
Either of us.
Yeah. But it just blew my mind. I looked at the headlines and are you kidding me? A 16-year-old? Obviously he's there just for spring training and
doesn't matter.
But I watched the highlights of him. He catches and frames very well.
Yeah.
He's a back catcher.
16 years old.
Yeah, and a gun of an arm, ridiculous arm. And big kid, he has to be 6 foot because he was bigger than the elk by quite a bit in the highlights I watched.
That's incredible.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah, but that is one of the cool stories in Major League Baseball as far as I'm concerned. And, hey, the Blue Jays are rolling. They're doing well in spring training. I know spring training means nothing, but
it's good to get on a roll. I don't care who you are. Winning is never a bad thing.
No. They're getting some things ironed out. They got some positions, that they got to figure out. So, Blue Jays are doing well, and can't wait for the old regular season to start. And
it's coming.
And we'll do a little bit of a preview. We'll talk some. We're gonna.
I'm learning
when we finish the NFL, and as the spring season rolls around here, we're gonna talk a little baseball, give a little prognostication.
The new rules as well. This is something I have been looking into, just because I'm only following baseball for my first time now, and I love the idea of the pitch clock and some of the new rules.
Did you get the video?
35.5 minutes is the average differential right now.
Did you get the video I sent
you
to
bet,
you
on the pitching?
With a pitch clock and without?
4-1.
Yeah.
And I get it. There are guys, actually, I was with the guy this weekend at hockey, big baseball fan, huge baseball guy. Probably must be his favorite sport, just from chatting with him for a bit. And he doesn't like it. He's like, well, it takes the pitcher's advantage, it's a lot of skill and whatnot. And they, that's a lot of their strategy is how they wear him down mentally and whatnot. And I just told him, I said, I get that. There's a lot of mental game in every sport, but it's just too much. It's unfair at some point, because you are focused as a batter as well, right? and you're focused and you're ready and whatnot, and having to wait, it changes everything. And I get it. You're right. It is 100% an advantage to the pitcher.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I think the game should be adjusted to where, I mean, these pitchers are amazing. They can do amazing things. They need a little bit thrown at them as well. And I think this is great for the game.
You know, from the interviews I've seen now in spring training, because they're interviewing a lot of pitchers, because a lot of the rule changes affect them most.
Sure.
They're all saying the same thing. They like the pitch clock because of one reason and one reason only. They're not overthinking things.
Yeah.
They're just going up and throwing.
This is ball now.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah. I'm not going to shake off the catcher. I'm not going to really
4 or 5 times.
Yeah. I'm not going to. I'm going to go there. I'm going to read the sign, and I don't have much time to think about it. We're just throwing.
I got a curveball. No, don't like it. Got a fat. There we go. Bam. Yeah. It's in there. There's none of that. Yeah.
And kudos to Major League Baseball for actually having the balls to make some changes.
Absolutely, because it does take a lot of balls to make a change in a league like that.
Yep. And you know, people were asking for that, and they stepped out of the box and said, you know what, we're going to make some changes.
Yep, I give them all the respect for it.
Yep.
I think it makes the game better.
Well, and there was no reason for the hitters to back out and adjust their frickin' gloves.
Yes.
Every pitch. Like, come on.
The infield shift one's a little different. I don't know.
That's a little strategy, though. Strategy. And
totally.
But you know what? Coaches are smart. They're going to figure out a way. I don't think that one's going to have as big of an effect
as I think it will.
As the pitch clock and as the batter can only back out of the batter's box, or batter can only call timeout once.
Agreed. That one it just seemed to me weird. Like it didn't have anything to do with speeding up the game or anything. It was more about a strategy and whatnot. Yeah. And it's weird they made all those changes all at once. That was my thing. It was just weird, like not knowing baseball and the history of it and everything, being literally a new fan, which is crazy. But
obviously, these have been problems for quite some time.
Yes, obviously.
And they have been, paying attention, seeing what's going to go on, and they were trying some of this stuff out in the minor leagues. So kudos to them.
I love it.
Like I said,
trial and error, baby.
Stepping out, making some changes.
And guess what? If it doesn't pan out, they'll just go back. So that's okay. I like it.
But I actually don't think it's going to be a problem.
I think it's a good thing. Everything that I've read has been way more positive. Yeah. And I'm talking like 80-20.
Hey, and kudos. Now we need clock managers and all that kind of stuff. More employment.
You bet.
Maybe the fans' perspective could get a job. We could run a clock or something like that, in a major league game.
I'm in. If you want us, I'm in. I'm in. I'm very astute.
I can push like a clicker as soon as the pitcher gets the ball.
I'm super good. I can ensure that he's doing a good job.
Licensed and we could broadcast at the same time.
Shit. That's a heater, baby. We got 96 mile an hour right down the pipe.
I love Peter Gammons as one of my all-time favorite baseball analysts.
Of course, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, but he was a Major League Baseball insider. And, of course, you would know one of the greatest all-time baseball announcers was also an NFL announcer, Chris Berman.
Oh, my God, yes.
What?
I didn't know he was ever baseball.
I would love to meet Chris Berman. Like, he is one of my all-time heroes.
Is he the whoop?
Yep, he is. And
no way, that's him?
You would hear him in the home run.
Come on, man.
Back, way back, gone!
No way, that was him?
Yes.
That blows my mind. Because as NFL guy, he was always the whoop!
Yep. Him and Tom Jackson on Sunday night highlights.
Oh, man.
On ESPN.
Berman's a damn legend.
Classic. Chris Berman is a legend. I love him to this day. He was amazing, and he was great at baseball, too.
What?
Yeah, like Chris Berman was awesome.
I mean, now I get it. I'm listening in my head to back.
Yeah. Oh! And he always did the home run derby for Major League Baseball at the All-Star game. Like, he was just a fabulous
That's
announcer.
Cool.
Yep. So, got a little sidetrack there. But
that's okay.
Exciting about baseball. I mean, spring, April 1, we're going to be rocking and rolling.
That's right.
And all you Yankee Red Sox fans out there, I cannot wait for the season to start because I made a little prediction earlier.
Flames scored. Sorry about that.
And we are going to kick the shit out of the Yankees
and the Red Sox
all season long. Fenway, Yankee Stadium, don't matter. You are going to feel the wrath of the Canadian Blue Jay.
You heard it here, folks. The Yankees and the Red Sox, you ain't got no chance. You might as well just stay in the Grapefruit League.
And Chad, I know you listen. I don't give a shit what team you cheer for. We're coming for yours as well.
Oh, old boy. You got yourself a challenge. When we get on the show, you're going to have to...
Oh, that'll be
Tune him in.
great. I suppose he's probably going to change his pick now.
I don't even know what team old boy cheers for, but I'm about to find out.
Where's he live?
Lakeland, Florida.
Florida. So, no, he wouldn't be a Miami fan because
Nope.
they suck.
You know he's not a Dolphins fan. I know
He's
NFL. He's
I'm going to
Tampa.
guess, for some reason, and I don't know Chad personally, but I'm going to think he's like a Red Sox guy for some stupid reason.
Well, we'll find out. We will find
Oh,
out.
yeah.
I know for a fact he probably has a little soft spot for the Mariners,
Seattle?
only
Yeah.
because
Hey.
he's good friends with Griffey.
And a big rivalry this year with Seattle because Teoscar Hernandez, Blue Jays left fielder, was traded to Seattle.
And last year, the way everything ended. And
Yeah, I
whatnot,
mean,
so-
playoffs and
There is
Seattle
some-
beating Toronto and
But I don't know if that's his team, but I know that's
Nope,
where
yeah. Ken
his-
Griffey Jr. was.
and his old girl
yeah,
is from Seattle.
Oh,
Julie,
okay, yeah.
one of my good friends, and she's a
Okay.
sweetheart. Chad's
old boy,
girl.
old girl.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
But
And,
it doesn't matter, Chad. Like we're kicking the shit out of your team. Anyways.
He doesn't give one shit whose team it
No,
is
it
or
don't
what
matter.
team it is. We're not weird.
I'm just gonna say this,
I'm an
Chad.
Orioles fan.
When the Blue Jays are the best, all the other teams are just the rest.
Oh my God! The shit is oozing over here. He doesn't even realize the Orioles are taking it all this year.
Yeah, they probably will. They probably will.
Well, moving on. So now I'll tell you, not rumor, what I've been reading of. and
Oh,
especially
are we getting
today.
the NFL rumors
Yeah,
now?
let's go.
Okay.
Let's go with it. So
Okay,
I'll
I'm
throw
good.
mine out there because I only really found one that was like.
Oh, I
rumor-ish.
got a juicy one.
So I like it. I like
got
it. He
a juicy
always
one.
does, this silly bastard.
I spend a little time at rumors.
So yeah, and I don't go through the rumor mill a lot, but I do. I got a ton of random things I follow on Twitter, and they seem to post
Yeah.
a lot of stuff.
Okay, tell me what you got. I'm excited.
But
I'm
the
excited.
Niners are super interested in Lamar, and they're willing to give up the 2 first rounds, and they're literally just working on a number to offer to see.
Yeah.
But they're interested.
Yeah.
First team that's actually like vocally fully come out.
Yeah.
Multiple sources
Okay.
that
yeah.
I read, and I just thought that was interesting, and I do believe him there immediately makes them huge contender.
Let me ask you this question before we get too much into this, because you're a huge Lamar guy, and I mean you're a Raven fan, and of course you don't want to lose your franchise quarterback. So, what did you make of the non-exclusive tender? As a fan, as a
Immediately,
Raven
I was
fan,
like,
what
the
do you
hell?
think of that?
At the start, I was like, what the hell are you thinking? But then at the back end, when they put it on him, and literally within 4 hours, the 4 teams everyone said would want him said they don't want him. I
course.
literally was like, I think these managers and owners know what they're doing. I think they know he's not worth that much guaranteed because of the injuries, because he's not ever won a playoff game, because of just everything going on. And I think they want someone else to build the deal for him, and they're just going to pay him whatever comes in.
I think all those teams are like my wife. They say no, but they mean yes.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But if no offers are coming in, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
And when
yes.
that one does, I believe the Ravens are going to match it.
Yeah.
I think they're just willing to, if no one comes in, they win.
Yeah.
They win.
There will be someone come in.
And if someone comes in, which I believe, just from everything I'm reading, it's probably going to be the Niners first. I don't know who
Yeah.
else. There'll be others.
I got a juicy rumor to tell
I
you.
think they're just going to match it. I have a feeling. They're if they have to bite their tongue and be like, holy shit, we had to overpay what they thought was overpay, they will do it.
So this is my prediction, not a prediction. This is my thoughts on this. I agree they're going to match it, but I agree they're going to match it for one reason and one reason only. They're going to match it so they can trade for more draft picks. I do not believe Lamar Jackson will play in Baltimore again.
Really?
Really. And I hate to
I'm gonna
break
fight
that to
him.
you.
I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna fight him right
Next
now.
episode, I do have
He's
some
got a
boxing
black
gloves
eye, and he's probably
We're
gonna
going to get a little ring going
one of his
on here.
testicles will be punctured. We're gonna have an issue.
I'm sorry, man.
God,
I
you
hate-
better be sorry.
I hate to crush you, but that is what I believe. I believe Lamar Jackson has played his last game in Baltimore. If they wanted to sign him, they would have.
Yeah, my thing is though, I don't believe that they believe that anybody is worth that money.
I
do believe
agree,
that-
and
I believe they'll pay him it if they have to, but I think they're praying and hoping.
And I think they've gone down the road too far already. They've passed the intersection, and now they're on a rebuild. So, anyways, getting a little further.
There is
My-
that chance.
my-
But the fact they paid all that money for defense makes me think they can't be on a rebuild. Why would they have done all of that just to rebuild? That just
Yeah,
it
but
just
they
doesn't
weren't
make
planning
sense.
this rebuild until Lamar asked for all this guaranteed money.
Yeah, no, that totally get that. But it
That has
sounds like-
changed everything.
I know, but today they announced there's 2 guys in their defense they're working on contracts with.
Well,
They
you
weren't,
got to carry
so-
on with your business, though. You cannot stop.
Yeah, but they were big names, so it's
Could
like,
be.
why would you do that if you think this is just the end game? But maybe they need to
Hey,
do that to
hey,
entice Lamar.
Okay, let's go to this scenario, and I love talking about this because you're so passionate.
Sure, of course,
And when
of course
it-
I am. It's all I got.
If my Eagles were involved, I'd be like crazy too. But hey, how about this? Would you not take Brock Purdy in a trade back to Baltimore?
No,
You would not.
no. Our offensive line isn't built the same way. Their offensive
But-
line was built for Jimmy Garoppolo,
But you
not a
keep-
moving
yeah,
quarterback.
Yeah, but you can alter your offensive line.
For a lot of money. They've already
You're
got
not-
it invested.
But you're not going to just get Brock Purdy. You're going to get like 2 or 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, I understand that, but they've already got money. I mean, that they got to stick. Either it's a complete rebuild, which I don't believe they're ready to do.
I don't think they have to. But you get Brock Purdy in there, or
Brock Purdy, they say, isn't even ready for the start of the next season, though.
I read a report he had a surgery. He will be throwing within 3 months. So it is March now.
All right.
April, May, June. But so you got 2 options. You got Purdy or who was hurt there? The other 49.
If you say Trey Lance, I'm going to
Trey
stab
Lance.
you right in the throat.
I-
If you say Trey Lance,
I just
I'm going
wanted you to say it.
Stab you in the
I just wanted you to say it. I pretended
In
not to.
throat.
I pretended not to remember
Don't
his name.
even
What-
bring
what's
his name up.
again? Could
He
you?
doesn't have a name. He's nameless.
Trey something. What did you say again?
I don't know.
Trey
Trey
Van-
Lehman.
Trey Vance or something.
Yeah, that's what I said. The
Anyways,
stupidest thing
So
you ever brought up.
if I'm the GM
Oh, I hate that.
myself, I am taking Brock Purdy. I'm taking 3 first-round draft picks,
Worst GM ever.
and
Oh God, he's got more.
I am taking the $50 million that I would have had to pay Lamar, and my team is going to look better than it would have with Lamar. You will be happy. And today is March the 12th.
You say we'll be happy. We still won't.
Hey.
We won't pay
Hey.
for a receiver. No offensive.
I'm just telling you right now. March the 12th. By December, when this trade has all gone down and you're in with your new quarterback and you're making all this extra high-end players and stuff like that because you got financial flexibility,
Oh, don't need.
we're
that.
going to look back and we're going to
Oh.
go back and replay this during an episode and say, Tyson was right.
I will never
Lamar-
say Tyson was right.
Lamar Jackson was a bust. He's injury prone. We
Oh.
have Brock Purdy.
Oh yeah. Also not injury prone. He only played
hey.
6 games and lost his career.
I
down
know, but
here.
he was playing the Eagles, who had a ferocious
Oh, for
defense.
fuck's sake. Lamar literally hold his whole team on his back and they expect him not to break eventually.
I tell you what, though, the style Lamar plays is not conducive to a
No,
long career.
you say that.
It is not.
You say that. He doesn't have a receiver. What choice does he have other than to
He-
play
he
that
doesn't
to win?
have-
He doesn't.
he doesn't.
Team needs to give him a receiver and pay
Yeah,
the son
yeah.
of a bitch, and it's over. It's over. I shot that from 12 inches away. Okay,
I love that
Holy-
you're getting so
What a
wild. Like
break by
this
New
is-
Orioles
This
glass.
is freaking awesome. But
Moving on.
you will. No. We still got some time.
We have so much time. I hope you guys do.
You will be happy that Lamar Jackson gets traded. I
Nope.
know it. Hey,
Nope.
I know it burns.
No, it might happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. Absolutely.
It's gonna. You
I
know
never
it.
called
You
the
know it.
franchise
You
tag
know
when
it.
it happened. Shut up. But I won't be happy. I will not be happy. I will never be happy with that move because I believe in him. I believe in him as a player, in a franchise quarterback. I believe the Ravens have failed him up to this point, 100%.
Maybe.
Jalen Hurts gets receivers. Every other quarterback that's building, I don't care if they're
So-
run first or whatever, they get receivers. The Ravens do not. And Baltimore has not overpaid for Lamar up to this point. They have
Nope.
been able to
Nope.
buy a receiver.
I'm a little bit nervous,
Didn't
though,
do it.
like, because Jalen Hurts is up for an extension as well. And the way the quarterback market has gone, his worth is scary.
Yeah, it is.
He's probably a $55, $60
Yes.
million quarterback.
And I'm with you. But I wouldn't feel that fear because he also badly wants to win.
He does, but
And
here's
I think
here's
they
my
have the
point.
offense to win.
When you're a GM and you got a list, and you do have a team list, and you got your positions ranked as to what's most important and this and that. Yes, quarterback is important, but what scares me is the percentage of money the quarterbacks are taking from the team.
It's
Because
massive.
I can tell you one thing, there is no goddamn quarterback out there that can
Said the
play
Bears
without a
game.
center.
No,
He can't play without a left tackle.
it's true.
What about his tight end? So if you have no one around you but a bunch of freebie flunkies, you're going to get your ass kicked up and down the field all day long.
You can have all the receivers. If you don't have those pieces, you're toast.
Yep, we've seen it in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Fajardo, by the time he finished saying hut,
Yeah.
was getting hit.
Yeah, it's crazy. He had happy feet
So-
and it wasn't his fault.
So I'm of the opinion, yes, quarterbacks are great, and without one you can't win, but they're taking too much of the pie.
I agree. And
They are.
They've allowed for it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you, the Cleveland Browns have screwed the league. And I think they're laughing at it right now at everyone else struggling. But guess what? Next time they need to fork out money for a quarterback again,
Yep.
who's going to be laughing?
So-
They created this disaster.
I'm just going to
Helped
say,
create it. I
I-
shouldn't say they created
yeah.
it, but they helped build this.
I'm just going to say this now. Hats off to the Baltimore Ravens GM for taking a stand on this bullshit.
I know you say that. It's just.
I know,
I do have I'm not telling you that no, this is never going to happen. You know that. It's just. I'm a real fan.
I know
love
you're a
him.
Raven lover.
But I am 50-50 in thinking he's gone forever or
Yep.
he's going to somehow magically come back. And then it kills me. So, yes, on one side, I'm like, yeah, man, that is good. We need to take it. All the GMs need to take a
Yep.
stand on this. It's ridiculous. But at the same time, I'm like, shit, I want my guy. I want my team to hop
Yeah.
on that pay wagon because they just flex it out anyways. They work it out. They figure it out. But the problem is, when does the ball stop rolling down the hill?
In today's sports, you kind of learn to love players as well as teams.
You do. Why do you think I literally said it when Justin Close makes the NHL? When Justin Close makes the NHL.
You will. Justin, the
Guess
fans'
what?
perspective is behind you.
We love you, brother.
We love you, man. We love you.
And when he does, that may be the day you see me cheer for another hockey team.
Edmonton Oilers. Just saying it.
Justy, don't do it. Justy, don't do it.
I'll be your agent, Justin, just in case you need one. We'll negotiate for you. And,
I will be your private chef, but I will not
I
be your
do.
agent.
I do follow Connor McDavid's girlfriend on Instagram, and I believe that it's worth signing there.
It's not a bad place to play right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a bunch of losers, but they're winning right now.
You could probably replace Jack Campbell, no problem.
I'm winded there.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. All the teams, salary caps, yeah, they have been flat through COVID and stuff like this, but
Yep.
they can't keep going up forever. Like eventually, me and you can't go to the games. Eventually, the revenue cannot increase by 40% a
Yeah.
year. Eventually, something is going to happen.
It has to happen.
Has to, yeah.
There has to be a correction.
There has to be a correction.
So this is worse than
It's
just
like-
inflation.
It's like vehicle prices right now.
Oh.
Like vehicle prices are out of this world. And there is, believe it or not, a correction coming at some
Oh,
point.
there is. And it is
There
going to
is.
kill some people.
It will.
Luckily,
Yeah. Some people are going to have a brand new half ton, a year old, that they paid $100,000 for, and it's now worth $50,000.
and that's a reality. Same thing with houses.
Yeah.
You don't think that's not going to change?
No.
I saw a house for $10 million in Vancouver the other day. It is uglier than the one I live in now. I
Yeah.
have a boarded up window in my basement, and it is not as nice as my home, and it is worth $10 million.
It's crazy.
In Vancouver.
And hey, I'm a farmer. I know all about the farm machinery and the crazy prices. Like we're dealing
Yes,
with
you
millions
do.
of dollars for farm machinery, and It is just stupid, and it makes no sense.
It's everything.
Yeah,
it's not
it
just
is
sports.
everything.
It's everything needs to have a correction.
Yeah.
I just feel for some of the people that are going to have to deal with that correction.
Well,
and they've bought it the highest.
We're all going to have to deal with it
In some
level.
way, we are.
Yep.
I'm fortunate enough. I haven't bought anything on the high because I
Well,
haven't had to.
Let's get working on that. I could help you out.
I use
love
a hot tub.
Oh, perfect.
I got sore knees still from that hockey tournament.
Let's get Megan on the phone again.
All right,
she can quit stretching. We're buying a hot tub.
We're buying a hot tub, oh girl.
Hey, we could do the fans' perspective from the hot tub.
Live
from the hot tub.
We'll call it live from the Steam Shack.
With our chicken wings.
Oh, yeah, we can smoke cigars in the hot tub.
Yeah, and cigars too. Like, man, that would be...
I'm in if you're in.
I totally think it's in our budget.
Right, hot tub's coming in.
Hot tub's coming.
There's at least $48 in the swear jar so far, so we're $48 closer.
Hot tub's coming. Forget Lamar. We're going for it.
Oh, I have not forgotten about Lamar, but we are going to move on.
Yes. So that's my opinion, but I do want to get into my juicy rumor about Lamar.
Yes, let's do that before we go kind of to the closeout, which is random
100%.
facts.
So, Ian Rappaport, rumor today.
All right.
Watch out for the Indianapolis Colts and Lamar Jackson. Right out of his words, right out of his mouth. Indianapolis will be a player in the Lamar Jackson.
I could see them being very interested, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I could.
They got cap room.
Yep, they
and
got
we
room.
haven't covered them yet. They're coming up.
Nope, they got cap room and they need help.
They need a quarterback.
And they need a franchise guy.
Matt Ryan is
No, he's not
passed.
the guy. Be a great
Jim
backup.
Irsay, I believe, is the owner there.
Yep.
He's not scared to spend money.
Nope, they've always never been a problem. They'd still have luck, but he chose to retire.
He brought in from the Chargers at the end of his career there. He was a very stationary quarterback.
Phillip
Rivers.
Yeah, the man, the bolo.
Yeah. And, so watch for them.
All right, Indianapolis Colts. That'd break my heart, but I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen.
I'm going to bring the defibrillator because I know you're going to have a broken heart. I hate to tell you this, and it hurts me because you love them so much. You're so passionate, and I love that about you. You love your team, and I would be just as heartbroken. Hey, I went through it with Donovan McNabb. I did,
of course.
And Jalen, I'd hate to lose as well.
Of course,
but I think in today's world, the way the contracts are going in the NFL and all this guaranteed money
makes it hard to hang on.
It's handcuffing owners and GMs.
It's crazy when you think about it that Patrick Mahomes' deal was a deal.
So, moving on to another rumor, and I discussed this earlier. I think like the Jets and Aaron Rodgers.
Yes,
it's a done deal. So the rumored contract value for next season. $60 million for Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
But the Jets do have a lot of good young players.
They do.
On cheap contracts.
They do. They're lucky that way.
They do. They got some great young receivers. Mike White to the Philadelphia Eagles. That would be great.
You've mentioned it multiple times.
Yeah, I have.
Could easily happen.
Gardner Minshew is gone from Philadelphia.
Yep.
His price is way out.
Great mustache, though.
Yep,
Love the
great.
stash.
So, I also want to bring this up. We're Nathan O'Rourke fans, BC Lions.
Yep.
Read today that the Jacksonville Jaguars signed their backup quarterback to a 3-year
Yes, they did.
contract.
Yep.
Too bad for Nathan because I was hoping he'd get a real good shake at it, and now I'm worried.
Now, without injury, he really doesn't have a shot.
No.
But he did sign $200,000 guaranteed.
Yeah. But
he probably could have made $600,000 in the CFL.
Yeah, and I hate to see him waste away in the practice roster.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe he's looking at it. You never know with the mentality of a quarterback. He might be looking at it, man, $200,000 to $400,000, depending where you end up and how where you move, for never being hit.
Makes sense financially.
To me, it does. That's huge money. That is a lot more than I make.
How about our man out of Winnipeg there? I'm trying to think of his name.
Strevler?
Yeah, Chris Strevler. He's like 3 games short of pension.
Yeah.
Just needs to get into 3 games. He's on the New York Jets.
Yep.
He dressed for a couple late last year. But
I think he makes more money. If you could probably Google it, but I think he's like $600,000. More than the best starting quarterback.
He maybe
in the CFL.
does. But can you imagine being this close?
Oh, I know, man.
You need 3 games for a full pension.
Yeah.
And that could be the toughest 3 games to get into
Yeah.
in his life.
Totally. Yeah, totally. But good for him. I mean, he's making much bigger bucks than what he would ever have made as a backup.
Oh, 100%.
Backup probably makes 60 grand in the CFL.
And as much as we're living our dream here on the Fans Perspective 23, and we are 100%,
I'm loving this.
when those guys go and get their shot at the NFL,
Yeah.
it's living their dream.
It is living their dream. I mean, no knock to the CFL. It's a great football.
No, great league, great league.
But the NFL is the elite of the elite. If you can make it, even get one chance, you get one game in the NFL. That is so special.
Most Canadian kids grow up not thinking of making the CFL.
Yeah.
They're thinking of making the NFL. And there is a lot of great Canadian
And the
kids
CFL
in the NFL.
ends up being the reality.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Lots of kids. Hey, no different. Hockey's huge in Canada.
Huge.
We dream. All our kids dream of
Yeah.
playing in the NHL. Reality is we're playing senior hockey in our hometown.
Yeah, it's crazy. I never had the dream of playing anything bigger than I did. I'm too small. I knew where my place was. But I mean, I played senior hockey for damn near 11 years in Saskatchewan. And there was lots of guys on my team that had bigger dreams, and they played with me, and they were great hockey players, great people. And it's hard to see sometimes. Some of the guys understood it; they knew where their place ended.
Yeah.
You know, but the other guys, man, you could tell they had a chip on their shoulder, and it's like shit. You kind of like, I knew where I was.
Yeah.
I was in the place I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And they didn't, and it's like shit, man. Your heart kind of goes out to them. They were great when they were younger, all this, but it is so hard to make that top 0.1%.
I want to go off the beaten path because this brings up a story. And I sent you another link earlier in the week about the Greater Toronto Hockey.
Oh, yes.
And
Minor hockey.
Minor hockey, AAA. What are your thoughts on that? Like the corruption involved in that league, and that parents are trying to buy teams to manipulate what the coaches are doing. And
guys, this isn't talking about a couple $1,000 bucks. We're talking millions for minor hockey. This is absurd. This is do you know what they could Google, the people that were listening?
It's a TSN article.
It is a TSN article.
Rick Westhead, I believe, is the
and Google
writer.
just GTA Toronto minor hockey scandals. And it's a very recent one in the last 2 weeks.
Greater Toronto Hockey League, GTHL.
GTHL. Google it and you'll see it's absurd, the amount of money. There was multiple leagues having multiple
millions of dollars.
Millions. Families forking out millions of dollars for Pee-wee Bantam midget hockey, people. This is crazy.
Yeah, it is beyond. And what kind of Hockey Canada has been in so many scandals over, the last year, you could say, with sweeping things under the rug and stuff.
Moose Jaw Warriors right now.
Yeah, and that is a total weird one because we don't know what they actually did.
They've never announced it.
It's not a criminal offense. We know that.
Crazy.
What the hell is it?
What is it? Yeah.
But getting back to this is like Hockey Canada grow some balls and get involved here. Yeah. What I find is the associations, and Sask Hockey's no different. They want to go like this, wipe their hands, and now it's a minor association problem. Like
everyone's afraid to get their hands dirty. Guess what? That's called growing up.
Yeah.
Life ain't easy.
No, and this is bad. And you know what? We knew we're heading down this route when all these hockey academies started up, and now you got parents paying $40,000, $50,000, more than what you would pay to go to university to play in a hockey academy. And that
we got one right here in Saskatchewan. One of the best. Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you,
we got one close in Medicine too. Dunmore.
That's right.
SAHA, they're called Southern Alberta Hockey Association.
And I'm telling you, I don't know much about that one financially, but I know a lot about the Notre Dame one in Wilcox.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it costs more than my university degree.
Yeah.
To go there for grade 10, 11, and 12 cost more for my 4-year university degree to get my Canadian accredited
Crazy.
Crazy.
And they're feeding us this false hope, I believe.
Every kid that goes there thinks they're going to the NHL. Guess what?
And you know what?
1 out of every 5 teams might make it, and I'm not even talking starting roster.
What these professional teams and the junior teams are forgetting is there's a percentage of kids out there that, and a high percentage of kids out there, the families cannot afford this.
No.
So what do them kids do? They're either quitting the sport they love or they're not playing. And you know what? When you have that drop off, there's the less likelihood of finding that special talent because there's less kids playing all the time.
Absolutely. The best kid might have quit for
Yep.
whatever reason, financial, mental,
Yeah.
whatever.
The
issue.
next one. You
bet.
don't know where the next one's coming
You
from.
can't guarantee the next best player in
Yeah.
any sport is actually playing the sport.
So what it has turned out to be to get to the NHL, it's a pissing match of the wealthy, basically.
I'm telling you, man, Bedard's family's pretty wealthy.
Yeah.
McDavid's family's very wealthy.
And good on them. I'm not begrudging them that.
No, man, that's great for them.
What pisses me off
But there's
is
a lot of kids that aren't in that position that might be. I'm not saying there's another Bedard or another
Nope.
McDavid, but there are some damn good hockey players that aren't
there's
getting their
damn
chance.
good athletes just in general.
That's right, not just hockey players.
Yeah.
Football players, I bet the same.
Yeah.
Ain't
That-
getting their shot.
No, because they cannot afford it.
They ain't at the right camps, at the right tournaments, because they're on the low budget teams
Yeah.
or on house league shit
Yeah.
that nobody watches.
No. So I want these leagues to step up and make a true effort into making things affordable.
And Toronto needs to completely overhaul what the hell is happening.
They do.
Everyone needs to go.
They do.
And there
Clean
should
the
be
house.
there should be some fines, penalties,
Yeah.
maybe prison time for some of that stuff. That is
Yeah.
complete extortion, in my opinion.
It
Like,
is.
that's
It's garbage.
crazy. Read the article. You guys will be blown away at the money that was involved in minor hockey in the Greater Toronto.
Yeah. Non-profit organization.
That's right. They were registered as non-profit. Guys, I'm not messing with you. Hey, the Flames won. Woo! We're going to give that one a big ol' high five.
It's a laugher. They finally won.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. They're
Hey,
damn
they're
near
within
ahead of the
7.
Oilers.
Yeah, they're within 7. They're within 7.
We're coming on. We are
You're coming.
on.
You realize you have to just
Holy
about go undefeated, though, right?
We scored 5 goals. That's normally as many goals as we score in 5 games.
Yeah.
So things
So you're
are
probably
looking up.
you're probably done for the next
For
5.
5 games. You get shut out for 5. You know what? Nobody likes Tyson. Nobody likes him.
All right, back to that subject. It's a great read, truly.
It is. I'm telling you.
Encourage everyone to read it.
Exactly. It's just good, easy reading, and seriously, it'll
Blows your mind.
blow you away.
Blows your mind.
How about now we're gonna get some random facts.
Okay.
And not random
Okay.
facts, but random stats, facts,
Yep,
stories,
yep.
and the show tonight.
100%.
Jonathan Quick. I know we talked about it before. He's in our division, right? He's with the Vegas Knights and
Makes me
whatnot.
sad.
But how pumped do you feel for him personally as a person after LA threw him to the Wolves after what they did for Drew?
So, I'm sure what they did to him has lit a fire.
It has.
Um,
There's zero doubt in the way he's playing that he is on fire.
He gave his heart and soul to that organization. He
Just
probably
to be tossed to Columbus.
he probably deserved better fate with that team because of what he did for them. And by them trading him, I am totally rooting for a LA Vegas playoff round.
Me too. I know right now, you like you said, they're in our division, right? You're an Oiler fan. I'm a Flames
Yep.
fan. You can't cheer
Yep.
for them. But it's just like, even last night, like when I checked it out, I was like, man. Vegas
Johnny
again,
Quick,
but
though, I know has a heart of gold because
he's a good kid.
We had a little incident in Maple Creek, our local hockey organization, a number of years back with a goalie coach, and he was a bad man and did some suspect things. And one of the kids that was affected, I know, got gloves from Jonathan Quick.
No
when he heard
way.
about the story. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So hockey is a small world. It is really.
It is a tight family,
Yeah,
too.
it is a tight family, and I do have respect for Jonathan Quick because he was the best.
He was the best, and I believe he didn't get the fate he deserved with his team that he gave his heart.
I
soul to.
also believe that if he comes up against Connor McDavid, we're going to light his ass up.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I don't think. I hope Johnny Quick gets 4 straight shutouts. But he's been there. He started 3 games. Since
You
he's
almost
moved
wore
there.
a chilada, I'm telling you.
He's gonna shut them out.
Oh, that was just about spit and chilada. Instead of the spit and chiclets, we're the spit and chiladas.
Shut that right up here. So Jonathan Quick's played 3
Yep.
games since going over.
Yep.
They weren't even really using him much in LA towards the end.
No,
So he
they were
gets-
going with their other guys, young guys.
They give him 3 games right away out of
Yep.
the first 4 that he's been
Yep.
there. He ends up 3-0-0.
One shutout.
939 save percentage and 1 shutout.
And Vegas is rolling.
Yeah,
Vegas
and he has that chip on his shoulder, and he looks like he used to. Like, I'm telling you, the highlights are incredible. He's moving. He's got them legs of absolute rubber.
He's probably been reborn.
Totally. And it'll be a short season.
Yeah.
But guess what? We're towards the end. If he can
15
run that
games left.
If he can run that, what the hell, man? Let's go, Johnny. If the Flames ain't going to make it, which it doesn't look like right now they are, I'm going to shut up. Don't you press that button. He's clapping out loud. Nobody likes him. No, we're not doing it again. But I'm hopping on the Johnny Quick train, just cheering for him personally. And
why don't you make your son happy? And
Levi, huge Flames fan.
I think I changed his mind tonight.
You did not. He might be a Senators fan, but after he sees them, they got crushed. Oh, what a riveting glove save by Markstrom.
So I just got to bring this up. I've been doing a little gift thing for Josh's.
The last 3 episodes, the last 2.
2, and it's Lily's turn next.
That's right. First episode was Parker. What'd you bring, Parker?
Parker gets an Oilers hat.
Yeah, a giant white hat with a piece of bird shit on the top.
Beautiful Oiler hat. Beautiful Oiler hat.
And tonight, what'd you bring, Levi?
Tonight was Levi's turn. So we have a signed Ottawa Senators jersey from local NHLer Zach Smith.
Our boy Zach
Smith, yes.
That's so cool. So, Levi doesn't understand it yet, but that means something to me. That's cool. Zach used to use me and my brother Donnie as a decoy.
Yeah. So that was a gift from Zach to Peyton.
Wicked.
Peyton went to his hockey school, and he signed it personally for Peyton.
No way. That's so cool.
So that is a gift from our family to Levi, of course.
Well, that jersey will be framed and hung in no time, just like my only autograph.
Yeah, Zach Smith, totally cool guy, and
great.
Think of a better kid to give it to than Levi. And Levi does play out.
He does. He's a goal scorer.
Not also, the goalie.
You don't even know this yet, but this weekend was really hard on Parker.
Yeah.
He played a great game yesterday against one of the top teams in the league to go to the finals. And they beat us 9-0, 9-3 earlier in the season.
Yep.
And we've come a long way, and Parker specifically has come a long way as a goaltender. It changed. He was just terrible at the start. Very small kid. My son is just like me, extremely small.
Well, he's pretty big, though, for how old is he now?
He is 9.
Same size as Josh.
Yeah, same height. I am a dwarf. And he played, you asshole. He played great, and he stood on his head, but there was good enough shooters that didn't matter if he stood on his head. He literally stood up for a few shots, and they would shoot over his head and still into the net. That's how small he was.
Yeah.
And so I had to talk with him, not like this, mean anything, just being very, very blunt.
Yeah.
And telling him how good he did and how proud I am. And I just said, going forward, buddy, if you don't grow, it's probably not a good idea to stick in this position. It's going to be a lot of heartbreak because the kids get better at shooting every age group. And once they realize the kid hasn't grown and he's this short, they're just going to say, it doesn't even matter if we have good shots or not. We shoot from everywhere and we shoot top bar down.
Yep.
Guaranteed goal night.
Yep.
And he told me, he said, I think now that I'm an Oiler fan, he goes, I'm gonna try and be more like McDavid and Draisaitl. We're gonna score some goals next year. And so he came down here and he's got his new hockey stick he got for Christmas, which he hasn't even christened. He's been a goalie all year, and he's ready to go next year to play out. Yeah, and so that made me very proud because he was a great skater. He was a great player last year, and to lose him to goaltending this year hurt me a bit, even though I'm a goalie. I love what he's ferocious out. So this is gonna be fun.
So Dad and Coach is gonna come out of me here. I just hope he makes the decision for the right reasons. Just because the odds say one thing, if his heart is truly in one spot,
I get that.
I'm just gonna say, defy the odds and prove them wrong.
And I love that. I did. No one told me I should be a goalie, but I am 5'5". But Parker is under 4 feet tall, and it's just if he doesn't grow, like I told him, I said I have no problem if he grows at 3 inches. New pads are coming.
Yeah,
we got to.
And he will grow.
Situation.
He will.
Yeah. It's just that he's been growing at such a small pace compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
He is the very shortest in our family, and he's extremely tiny.
Yeah.
And yesterday, watching him get devastated, and the last goal that went in, he literally fell back, and I wasn't sure if he was actually going to get up. I know he was crying underneath that helmet, and I felt gutted for him. he did everything I told him. I said, all you got to do is stand up. You just can't go down for those guys.
Yeah.
And you stand up, you're going to get it. Well, he stood up, and he was as tall as he could be. And then they just roofed out. He did over his head. And I just was like, man, it's not fair. And he's the most athletic goalie I've seen in the whole league. He made some incredible saves. I'm so proud of him. But he just doesn't
That's
have the rest.
what makes me think that... and I've only heard from Peyton about Parks. And Peyton's my 16-year-old boy. But he said he's pretty special.
Yeah. Parker loves Peyton, by the way.
And that's what makes me root for him to stick with it.
Parker's a special kid, and he loves what he loves.
Come give me a big hug.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was pumped. He's his biggest Oiler best friend ever. Son of a piss.
What a good kid.
And tomorrow, Parker is elated because we told him, even though he got in a little bit of trouble this week, we told him...
Trouble? Let's give a...
Oh, yeah, it was one of those. His mama almost came unglued. Parker has fire inside of him in every aspect of life.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
We told him tomorrow we were going to Maple Creek, and we were watching Peyton play in his playoff game.
Well,
so we're
Peyton
coming up.
The
whole family's coming. Megan,
sweet,
Parker,
sweet.
Levi, Lily. Well, we're all coming.
Get ready to come through the snow tunnel, because we had the storm in the weekend, and literally, when you get close to my place, there's snow piled along the 21 highway.
Incredible.
5 to 6 feet high as you're driving on the highway.
No way.
You're in like a tunnel.
Like an Alaska highway.
Yeah.
No way.
It's totally cool.
And you go that way and it just dissipates. There's nothing. Yeah. After Liebenthal, they got nothing.
So when you get to like the Schmidt Flower Road,
yeah.
from there south, you're going to like say, oh my God.
Oh. But the roads are clear though.
Roads are clear, but it's a little interesting with the snow on the side of you. It's really cool, actually.
We're coming, and so is Tori and the boys.
Oh, nice.
My brother's down golfing in Nevada with my dad.
Oh, well, glad to have you. It is a big game. Peyton will be
We're very excited.
Peyton will be stoked to have him. So.
Yeah, we'll be cheering loud. You bet. We're pumped, man. Local hockey. And actually, Tori and Donnie said they went to one of Peyton's games earlier this year. And,
it was a provincial game.
Said it was awesome.
Yeah.
And so Donnie was coming on Friday already.
Yeah.
And then when it got canceled, he's like, shit, I'm down in Nevada.
Yeah.
And then Tori said, well, I'm taking the boys because Charlie wants to go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Charlie. So Peyton and Charlie kind of got a connection over volleyball there, too.
Yeah, they would have.
Yeah.
And Parker did ask me, Tyson, I have to ask. I know it's a pretty big ask. Yeah. But if they win the game, if they win, of course, only if they win, if Parker come and give some of the guys a high five after the game.
100%.
So I told him I'll be in touch with you via text. Tyson's the head coach.
Yeah.
Assistant coach. Okay. He's one of the coaches. And I said I'll be in touch with them, and I said, Parker, if they win, I'll make sure we stay.
And in fact, I will just say this right now: when we go on the ice to start the game, I will personally come get Parks from the lobby, and he can come right to our gate and high five the boys.
I'll have them ready. You don't even have to come get us. I'll have them out there. Yeah. Parker knows where it comes out. They come out of the senior room as well.
We're out of room 5, which is next to the senior room.
Awesome.
So
I know the room.
Yeah.
So, I used to play senior hockey. There, so
you bet. No, that'll be great.
Oh, Parker's stoked. I can't wait to tell him tomorrow morning.
No, that'll be good. So, and I can't wait to ask him what kind of trouble he got in.
Oh yeah, we don't need to get into that on air.
Oh, and I gotta put my hats off to the little bugger. You texted me on the weekend. He's like worried about my calves with this storm and coming on, and I'm like, what a thoughtful little fella there. Like
he loves calves. He loves you.
Yeah,
and it's pretty cute. Yeah, he asked right away. This storm was bad. Did he lose any? I said,
throw
Tyson,
that can away. It's giving me.
No, I figured I'd put it right in the middle of the camera there. There we go. Go Flames! Go. Big win tonight, guys. 5-1 victory. We are 6-2 in the last night. We are coming along.
I got a stomach ache.
He drank one of these beers and he said it was the best thing he ever had.
So do we got anything else to cover here? Like we've gone so many different directions. I'm gonna throw one thing out. I know. Did we say Danny Brier is the interim GM? I don't know if we talked about
No, haven't. And I've got one more thing on mine when you're done.
And the CFL, the Atlantic Canada thing.
Yes. No, we haven't talked about it on the show.
Yeah, so CFL, the next thing on the agenda for the CFL, it was on an article in TSN today, is they are going to finalize getting a team to Atlantic Canada.
Which is awesome. I was out there this year.
So that would give us 10 teams.
You bet.
Yes.
Which would make it way better.
Yes. Yeah. And just one quick word that I have to wrap up. Any thoughts or any info on the XFL? I
Yep.
heard nothing.
That's what I got.
Okay, well, you take it over, buddy.
St. Louis Battlehawks.
Yep.
Started 0-1. They've won the last two. Then they won again today, 3-1. And guess what they did today? Sold out their stadium.
Really?
Yeah. They did not open two sections.
So
of the top
what
bowl.
would a sellout be that they?
50,000 plus.
Really?
Yeah.
So St. Louis is a hungry football town.
It's their first home game. They started
Okay.
first three on the road.
So they lost the
And
Rams.
They lost. That's right. They lost the Rams. They're a hungry city.
Yeah.
And then they started 0-1, and then they won the next two.
Yeah.
Their coach and their management, everybody's kind of very involved in the
Yeah,
city. They get
yeah.
great deals. You could rent an owner's box for like $400.
Really?
Yeah, 20 seats in there. And that's butler service. Well, you still got to pay for all that, but I
Yeah,
mean that's
yeah.
what the hell? If I
Yeah.
lived there, I'd be doing that with my family and your family.
$400, whatever.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
For a great experience.
Yeah.
They got AJ McCarron, the guy that literally came out and said
Yeah.
he gave up $500,000 or $650,000 to play for $60,000 just so my kids could actually see me throw a ball.
There is a lot of ex-NFL guys involved in the XFL.
And not just because they got cut, because
Nope.
they wanted to play.
No, but even as coaches
Yeah.
and managers, like there's a lot of good football people.
But how cool is that? I
That
mean,
is
I thought
cool.
that was
Good.
awesome.
Good. Let's hear a cheer for the XFL because
Yeah.
I am cheering for them.
And their
I
TV
am.
ratings did come up last week
Okay,
compared to the week
okay.
before. I don't know the exact
Yeah.
percentage, but they did say they were up.
Well, you know what? Hats off
Trending
to
in the
them.
right direction.
Let's hope that they keep going.
Yep. And maybe they can. Maybe
Yeah.
the Battlehawks can be the riders of the XFL, where they can help.
It is really tough. I'll just say this. I didn't realize how tough it would be and never give it much thought to start a new league competing. Because the NFL, and they're the big boys of football,
You bet.
they have something. So when we started this show, thought came to my mind is, eventually, sports gets quiet.
Yeah.
there's-
So we thought.
So we thought.
Before we invested all this time.
Yes. So there's always something every week on
Every
the NFL.
week.
There's free agency. There's the draft.
NFL
there's
has
this,
something
the-
every week.
Yeah, like
Multiple times a week.
There
Jesus.
is no off season in
No.
the NFL.
It's amazing.
It
Once you
is-
get
it
into
is.
something like this, like guys, I'm telling you, we are not just here visiting once a week, grab some beers and sit down and shoot the shit. That's what we're doing. But I'll tell you, all week we are sending each other texts, and I create notes, and then those notes adjust because things change the next day. That whole thing gets changed. Tyson has a
We
booklet.
got books.
I just got paper, a ton of little papers, but half mine gets thrown out before the damn show starts, and I got to make new ones.
But it is fun. It is fun.
It is not work. It
No,
is awesome. But I will tell you, this is not just shooting the shit. It ends up being a shoot the shit session.
Yeah.
Sorry, I owed a couple bucks here.
But we talk sports all week long.
All week.
And
Tyson comes in for coffee at least once a week, which I'm absolutely loving, by the way. It's great. It's
brought
great
you
at
some
the
turtle
office.
creamer.
Yeah, and I'm crushing it. Oh, I drink it every day. And
Right
it's
on,
become
man.
a staple in the house.
I'm gonna bring you my favorite kind this week.
What do you, okay, it's a
I'm
surprise.
not gonna tell you. Not gonna tell you. My favorite kind.
All right, I'm
double
excited.
double.
Oh, shit, Timmy Hose.
No, it's coffee mate double, and it'll change your life.
All right, I'm in for life changing. No, this has been amazing. I'm so excited. Like in the next 2 weeks, we have a wicked episode coming up with the Hot Ones Challenge. I'm telling
Yep,
you guys,
that-
the YouTube
tune
is going to
in,
be
tune
game
in,
changing because
tune in.
this guy might shit on
I
live
may
air.
frickin' die.
Yeah, there could be Justin Close from Kindersley, Saskatchewan, the goalie guru. That is the starting goalie for
You know,
the Gophers.
I gotta bring this up here. My phone just went off, but
so excited.
I'm feeling like a rock star. All these nudie women are asking for me to, accept them as a friend, and I just
Telling
feel
you,
like a total rock
no,
star. Look what comes on my phone. Like,
Jesus, he's not kidding. Mika Ladamertin, a great set of teeth on her.
yeah,
Awesome teeth.
nice knees. Too.
He's got a good set of kneecaps. I'm telling you.
Oh my God, this has totally gone wild.
She looks like a Christian. And I'm telling you, she's probably a fan of the show, obviously.
I would say, like,
I would
she,
say-
she has heard about us.
We're a fan of her show.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, definitely.
but,
I gotta look away. My eyes are getting sore.
But we got so much fun stuff coming, guys. Honestly, this is just the start. We've been having a blast, and this is great. And this is going to continue the same way, same format.
All year long.
But we
All
got a
year
ton of interviews coming. We'd love to. We're eventually going to work in multiple cameras. We'll have guys on set on other ones and interviewing. Right now, it's going to be a lot of phone call interviews.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
well, we're working our way. It costs money. It costs time. and we're just starting to kind of understand what's going on. I mean, we're new to this too.
We're gonna have some good names coming.
Yes, we are. And if you want something, like I said, Warren texted me after the last show, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And he was, a little pissed off at your take on that, and I loved it.
And that's what we want. We want some controversy.
Totally. Get angry with us, or if you disagree, or if you agree, let me know.
We will be live from a Tiger playoff game.
Yes, we're definitely going to do that.
100%. Yeah. Hope to get up to Edmonton for an Oilers.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
And if not, it'll be next season.
If not, we will be live from somewhere watching the game.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We will do some play-by-play.
Yes, 100%. And I love play-by-play.
It'll be best because he'll be super positive, and I'll be like, fuck, they scored!
I know. But you heard it here. Oilers are going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
They are. I agree with that. I agree. And when when Jonathan Quick and the Knights take them out, it's going to be hard on you. Oh, Daryl Sutter is talking.
Daryl is at the mic.
We all take a moment of silence for Daryl.
I don't know what's going on with my phone, but like it's just like.
We got to take a moment.
But we are celebrities.
Seriously, guys, thank you. It is the end of our show. We're wrapping it up. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube. Fans Perspective 23. Subscribe, share the
like
shit
and subscribe and share. That's how we get out there, is by you sharing at home. Yeah.
That's right. That's how we grow, and we'd love to grow and get some more stuff on the show and do some more things, and you guys help us do that.
And we got some special episodes too. CFL, don't forget, that'll probably be later this week. I'm thinking
I get a little more in. We'll talk to Darcy. We'll get that involved. We got lots of cool stuff coming up, guys. And this
might do something from a bull sale or something.
Oh, we could do that, a little auction sale.
A little Ritchie Brothers auction or something like that.
Boy,
I think we have a local sale, but unfortunately everything's online now. So
that's true. They took away the fun stuff.
Yeah, but maybe we can go to Coffee Row or something like that.
You get the opinions.
Yeah, get the opinions.
There's a few old boys in town that wouldn't mind.
We will be live from the Riders this season.
There's no doubt. There'll be a tailgate session going on. Maybe 100%. Multiple.
Yeah.
And if they're good, multiple. We'll give them one.
Medicine Hat Tigers, that'll be another one. Probably outside the old co-op center there.
You bet. Maybe hoping that they give us better food selection.
Yeah. Maybe I could phone ahead or something.
Yeah, we'll get a little.
Mickey D's.
Fans Perspective.
Mickey D's. Did you know that Mickey D's has a Big Mac chicken?
Chicken.ca.
Chicken Big Mac.
Chicken.ca chicken. I cook with chicken.ca chicken all the time, and that's the chicken they use. Kind of crazy. I haven't tried it.
So I always make this a tradition, and I love asking you, and it's kind of how we wrap the show. What's cooking? What do you got going? And one of these nights we will have some stuff here.
Yes,
will be.
It's been blizzard after
crazy.
Blizzard, super
Busy.
cold. We are 2 to 2.5 weeks out from hellish cold Saskatchewan.
Well, looking at the long range forecast, we are not losing the snow in March.
No,
it is not going to warm up.
I'm telling you, we got April.
We are going on 7 months of frickin' winter.
7 months, guys. It's brutal. So once that's over, me and you will be eating good. Right now, I don't got a ton on the menu. Lots of little stuff.
Big Caesar coming.
That's canceled. I'll explain that after
Jesus Christ! My straw is coming, man.
Yeah, well, I'll still hook you up. We're gonna do some Lucky Caesars for the show.
Oh, we can.
So I got you. No worries there. The Big Caesar it just didn't pan out for me.
Oh, that's all right.
No, it absolutely is all right. Lucky's is still gonna go on without me, and they're gonna nail it. They're up in Calgary. That's in May 20th. It's a Big Caesar event at the Stampede grounds, and if you're up there, check it out.
Hey, we'll do something live from the branding pen. We'll get you cooking some stuff, and
we got some prairie oysters.
Get Parks on the horses, and
you'll see some live footage of Parker.
Wild.
Other than
Levi,
not a ton. Well, yeah, Levi will be there.
Yeah,
Lily will be there too.
Yeah.
She helps me. She's
whole
the
family.
cook's help.
The whole family. We need to get everything. This is the family show. We like to get everyone involved.
And sorry about the cussing, but it is a family show. We love it.
Tara will be involved because this week she makes this chicken thing, and it's mildly spicy, and I'm digging in, and we're doing this hot spice challenge shit, and I'm like, this is pretty spicy, actually. And they're laughing at me because, like, this is mild. They said, like, Dad, you are going to frickin' die on this. This is like nothing. And I'm like, just so you know. And I point at Peyton, Austin, and Tara. I said, each one of you bastards are also involved.
We're all doing the hot challenge together. And Megan's doing it too.
And actually, Maddie from Saskatoon texts Tara and says, I'm not sure Dad should do this. He might die.
Maddie, I'll take good care of him. If we have to, I bring in defibrillators.
He's trained. He's trained.
I am. Not on hot sauce, but on other issues.
But we will have fun with it. I can't wait to do it, actually.
It's going to be a blast. We're going to do full-on chicken wings. One wing every 5 minutes, starting at level 1 to level 10. We're going to do our entire show during.
I'm going to apologize now if you cannot understand me at all during that show after probably round 2 of 10.
We're going to give him a drool cup.
kind of thing from me. But
we'll get him live from the washroom.
It'll be a lot of this stuff going on and this stuff and maybe that. Probably this.
We'll get him live from the washroom. We'll keep his headset on. And,
I'll be like, we all seen that show Dumb and Dumber with the Turbolax on the toilet.
Mustard and the ketchup.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm thinking of the toilet thing where the feet are sticking straight out, and that will be
Harry,
me.
I hope you're not using the toilet because it doesn't work.
You know, unfortunately, you have had sewer issues, and I'm going to have a plumber on standby that night.
I'll have the new sewer snake by then. We should be good to go.
Yeah, just get that bitch going because I'm going to need her.
The motor will be running.
Maybe we should do that at my place so I can just dip my ass in the snowbank.
We might have to do it out in the pen.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. Seriously, you do not want to miss the Hot Ones Challenge, me and Tyson. I like hot stuff, and I'm telling you, I've done a minor version of it, and it's a killer. I can't wait to see a man that doesn't enjoy that much hot stuff. This is going to be...
And, hey, it's all for the fans.
It's all for you.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
And I am going to save this video for the rest of my life. I have multiple cameras, multiple angles. None will be on me. They'll all be on him. It
probably will be playing at my funeral someday.
The next week.
Yeah, so, oh boy.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be good.
You betcha. Well, thanks for tuning in. It's been a great night. And where else would you want to be but the Fans Perspective 23?
Awesome,
thanks
buddy.
for tuning in.
Have a good week, everybody.
You bet.